rest.
Are we good?
Give me a second, everyone. I'm almost done, everyone. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. And we are all set. I'm almost done, everyone. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, and I am all set. All right, everybody, and welcome to the Bronze Rico podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. Good morning, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. I just got out of work a few hours ago, but business is business. We gotta get to business. Today we have a great podcast. Uh, Brandon Tatum's crash out in a Hopting Jesus debate. One thing about a coon, he will ride and die for his master. Am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised of the, the coonery and stuff that Officer Tatum does. You know, now the alt right is judging him now. I personally did not see this shit coming. I thought, and I must be personally honest. I thought conservative Republicans stay on the same page. The Republican Party is so divided right now. It is a candle to my motherfucking light right now. I just personally, I don't have a fan. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican, but I love to see people crash and burn. And I think this is going to be another example of this is why Black Americans need to be involved. White, I'm gonna be personally honest. White supremacists can't do this shit by itself. You know, white supremacists can't even be a white supremacist by itself, let alone with a whole bunch of fucking tethers. I tell you that. Give me 1 second. I gotta put one more thing, and we are all set. Um, am I surprised? No, I'm gonna be personally. I'm very not surprised that this motherfucker does this shit like that. I'm starting to see now, and I'm gonna be personally honest, and I'm gonna say this. Shout out to all y'all coon ass, jigaboo ass niggas who became a conservative Republican just get fish cake nuggets. You are getting what you deserve. You ain't getting the fish cake nuggets, but you getting a fresher. You're gonna wake up and smell this motherfucking coffee today. So, like me, I don't give a fuck. I just like I like to see people crash out so I can make content out of y'all. And I'm gonna be personally honest. Kwame, he crashes out all the time, and you guess what I'm gonna do? You're damn right. I'm gonna make content out that motherfucker sooner or later. I'm just putting everything together right now, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fun. I gotta be personally honest, and I'm not even mad. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Um, Officer Tatum. There we go. We're gonna watch this motherfucker crash out today. I'm gonna say this. I am honestly happy to see shit like this. I am happy to, and it's not just, and it's probably on some malice shit, but a nigga who disrespects black people like a motherfucker, yeah, we're supposed to see it crash out. Hold on, Professor Small is caught lying about Africa's slaves selling raw. You know, it's just I'm gonna be like I don't know, man. It's just a thing of like motherfuckers who talk shit about black people, people who dehumanize black people, always blaming black people for some bullshit. I'm actually I am so happy to see shit like this. I'm so happy to see people get a taste of their own car. I mean, their own wrongdoings. Hold on 1 second. No, I'm being personally honest. It's if y'all don't like this shit, I don't know what type of person you are. I don't know. Like people who do dumb shit like this, people who say foul shit and think that they're not gonna get a taste of their own wrongdoing, then yeah, motherfuckers is crazy. You know, I'm just Hopkins. What's this dude's name? Hopkins Jesus. Ho- you know, let me see what that is. Give me 1 second. What's going on, Kwame? Stop calling me brother, man. I told you about that shit. Jesus Christ. This fucking guy, man. And I'm gonna say this. Kwame's crazy. I'm gonna tell everybody. Kwame's crazy. Don't take Kwame serious. I always tell people. I think Kwame's crazy as batshit. But yeah, we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch. I know Kwame thought he was gonna come in here and see that Tariq Nasheed. And what is it? That 19 Keys interview from like 2 3 years ago. But nah, we're gonna do that tomorrow, Kwame. So I know what you was here for. You was here for the Tariq Nasheed stuff. Nah, this is something different, man. This is for my own, my own amusement today. I'm taking time off to have my having my own amusement. And don't worry, man. We're gonna have we're gonna have something for you, Kwame. Definitely. I gotta teach you, yo. You gotta stop jumping into. Hold on 1 second. You gotta stop. You gotta stop jumping into people's fucking lives with the same talking points. Even though we know you're a racist, yeah, Kwame, you are a racist. You're a white supremacist. Actually, you can't be no racist. You ain't got shit. You don't even got your own country. So I was. She's like, why didn't you jump on? I was at work. Yeah, I got busy. Don't worry, I'll be on tomorrow. How's Atlanta? You went to go see your boyfriend? Yeah. Oh, that's next week. My fault. Kwame, so what you going to Atlanta for? I know you ain't going for the lemon pepper chicken. So what are you going to? Africans don't eat that stuff, lemon pepper chicken and stuff. So what are you going? What are you going to Atlanta for? We can talk for like 40 45 minutes. No worries. You don't want to tell nobody. We know you got a little boyfriend in fucking Atlanta, so Oh shit! Shout out to the white supremacist Kwame. So, Oh shit. But yeah, man. This is going to be a good episode. We're gonna see, nah, I'm not in Atlanta. Yeah, and unlike FBA's, that type of activity is banned in my country. Oh, boogery? Yeah, we know why. We did a topic on Jamaica. So yeah, yo, Kwame. I'm telling you, Kwame. There's a gay organization in your country. It's not really banned if there's gay people in your country. I'm just being personally honest. You and the those people in your country were the LGBTQIA before LGBTQIA. You know that, right? They've been doing that shit since the like 60s, 70s. Yo, so your country is clearly half gay. It's like your country's like bisexual. And there's nothing wrong with it, man. What's wrong with your country being bisexual? They don't know what they want. They don't know if they want a man or a woman. So oh my god, y'all niggas is crazy. Oh my man. But yeah, Kwame, it's nothing wrong with gay people in your country. It's all right. We got Atlanta. Atlanta's like San Francisco for down low people. So this is why I know what you're going to for Atlanta for. You're not going to Atlanta for no business. You're not going for no women. You were just bitching and moaning about the high rate of fucking HIV in Atlanta. What the fuck are you going to Atlanta for? What the fuck does anybody go to Atlanta for? One of your greatest civil rights leaders. Yeah, one of yours was too. Remember Lawrence Chang? Oh shit. It's all right, Kwame. It's all right if you got gay civil rights activists in your country. His name was Lawrence Chang, Kwame. I just noticed FBAs are scared of Jews. How are we scared of Jews? We're not scared of white people. Jews are white. Like, let me tell you something. Let me ask y'all white supremacists these questions. Why the fuck are y'all trying to like not even delineate? Cause even if y'all delineate, y'all ain't gonna be worth the pot to piss in anyways. Because Jews are better than y'all. I'm gonna be personally honest. You know, they're way more sneakier than y'all. They get more money than y'all. They help each other. Like, why are y'all white supremacists ain't doing? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all even got foreign white supremacists as just like Kwame. Kwame is a foreign white supremacist. Why the fuck are you scared of Jews, Kwame? I don't get it. You know, like I don't give a fuck because Jews haven't done anything to me. Has Jews said some racist foul shit to me? Absolutely. You know, but yeah, what the fuck to be scared for? It's just oh yeah, and they know what else they own too? They own reggae. Yeah, they own reggae. You forgot they own reggae too. And dance hall. And soca. Or is that the Chinese? I think the Chinese own soca, you know. Jews undermine FBAs for civil rights. Jews get reparation annually from America. Do they? Oh wow. Kwame, why you keep up with Jews if you don't like Jews? Like, let me tell you something. If I didn't like anything, I wouldn't keep up with it. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would be trying to do better than them. That's the difference between your culture and my culture. Jews own all the businesses. No, they don't. They own all your businesses. They don't own my business. So I'm gonna say this. All that scary shit that y'all do, they can't even hurt me. I can't even go off and say that. And this is why I don't really pay that much attention to them. You know, I don't do business with them, no. But Um, if I did do business, it'll be a partnership or an endorsement. But I wouldn't want them to have any fingers in my business. You know, even with Spanish folks, I wouldn't want them to have no type of spot. Spanish was it Jews shut down the reparations in the 1990s and went at. But do you know Louis Farrakhan is Jewish, right? Half Jewish. His father was Jewish. You knew that, right? All right. The Honorable Louis Minister Farrakhan is half Jewish. His father and his grandfather was Jewish. So he doesn't hate Jews. He just said like, yo, they just be having their hands in a lot of shit, you know. When Jesse Jackson is a coon. He's a sellout. Khalid Muhammad, that was the only real nigga. Minister Honorable Louis Minister Farrakhan, he try to help everybody, but you can't help everybody who are tribalistic. That's the thing. Because they're white. That's the thing, Kwame. They're white. You make them some supernatural fucking like monster, and like they're not even that. The reason why they're powerful because of y'all. You know, y'all make them this boogeyman. They're not that serious. What's going on? Salute FBA convo. Kwame talking about the Jews, the white supremacist Kwame. He, I don't know FBA. I don't know what it is but these niggas love Jews so much. I don't get it. It's just like they're white. Why am I gonna separate them from who they are? What you doing? What this? He jumped on, so he wants to talk about Jews. He's a. You know what? I'm gonna be personally honest, Convo. I talked to Kwame out of amusement, just to know that, like, yo, there are some sick, weirdo, white supremacists, Jamaicans or Caribbeans that really want to be white in this world. The nigga got his Koofy hat on right now, talking about Michael Jackson. Now he's talking about Michael Jackson, Prince, and Kanye. Kanye did that bullshit to himself. You know, Kanye did that shit to himself. Who can? This is why I say I don't care about Kanye. Kanye does Kanye does self inflict inflicts himself. If that kind of makes sense. He hurts himself on purpose just to see if he's still alive. He does shit like that. He does shit like that to see if he's even untouchable. Remember years ago he was calling himself God and all this other crazy shit. But by all means, if you want to be considered God, okay, cool. I'm not gonna say yo, you're not God, but at the end of the day, we can't act like this shit isn't you know there. Are they some foul people? Yeah, kinda, sorta. It's all good, bro. To recall revenue and Panama face on his last slide. Revenue flood his field. Yeah, I tell him that shit all the time, man. He always talks about black people, but it's like, yo, you fled your whole country, man. You fled your whole country. Kwame, let me tell you, I think Kwame, I think he's obsessed with black people. It's like, damn, I can't be black American. I gotta settle to being second best. And there's nothing wrong with being second best because you know why? Everybody's dope. I was watching, yo, I'm gonna tell you some ill shit. I was watching Naruto. Everybody got their own fucking village and stuff like that. You got the water village, the sand village, the rain village, all that type of cool shit. But all of them have these one little powers that separates their villages from other people's villages. So because we're from different villages doesn't mean that we're not strong or we're not worthy. They want to cosplay. Yeah, it's true. They do want to cosplay Black Americans, and Kwame would never admit it, but he does. He wants to be black. I don't want to be a homeland less. I don't. He said, I don't want to be homeland less. FBA, LMFA, LMAO, y'all are stateless. Uh, Pan Africans are tribal and divisive and will never unite Africa. No, yeah, they won't because you know why? There's not that many Africans that are Pan African. They probably put it this way: the most I think they have is probably 4 to 5 thousand people. But this is out of 2 to 3 billion people. A lot of these people are starting to figure out what is Pan Africanism. You know, but they still have the same ideology. You got to understand too, these Caribbean countries and these African countries convo yeah, it's not hate, it's just like, yo, we need to separate. We need a time apart from each other. um Kwame, you always say that. Then once niggas start naming stuff, he's like, oh, you can't use that. Like, nigga, are you serious? That's just how y'all niggas is. Y'all always try to up the ante on us so we can look like shit. Kwame, we can do this, Kwame. We could put our 10 best black successful people against um 20 best Jamaicans, and they still will never be better than black Americans. You put your best against blacks best, y'all still would never be better than black people. It is what it is, man. FBA is going for running with balls and white man owning two. See, look at and like sometimes you have to feel bad for Kwame, you know. But all right, Kwame, since we're only known for sports, what is Jamaica known for? Y'all ain't known for track and field anymore. They took that shit away from y'all. Y'all not known for anything, Kwame. What is Jamaica known for? What, dancehall music? The Chinese helped y'all. The Chinese helped y'all with y'all own genre, and you don't even know that. Michael Chen, you ever heard of Michael Chen? He lives in New York. You should know that. His wife, they're the ones who help y'all get y'all electronics to have y'all block parties and stuff like that. Y'all wasn't doing that by yourself. The Chinese came in the 1900s. But you would never believe me. I think his name was Michael Chen. He lives, like I say, he lives in New York with you, Kwame. That's a real Jamaican. He's a real Jamaican. And as your people always do, y'all run the niggas out who help y'all. So, man, I didn't even care about his face. Weak talking points. He always got weak talking points and stuff. That's why it's like, the whole black race is in shambles, not just FBA. Now he wants to say the whole race. You can't deflect, Kwame. You can't do stuff like that. FBA, we are the best. Yeah, we are. And success wise, yes, we are the best. And the reason, influence, inspiration, fashion, culture, lineage, yeah, our lineage is the best, is because it's because all the stuff that we went through, all the stuff that we had to fight physically and mentally and socially. That's why we're the best. Most of you got to look at it. These European countries, they're not the best because they have to steal all cultures. They have to steal the culture. You see what they did to the whole Egyptian? They had to steal the whole Egyptian culture and call it. They stole the whole Egyptian mythology and called it Greek mythology. Like these people don't. You gotta understand. Most of these people haven't worked for anything. They didn't have to work. All they had to do was just turn people against the dominant ones and told them like, yo, just sell the dominant people. This is why you gotta look at it. Brazilians, the Afro Brazilians, they're stronger than the Caribbeans because they actually fought. You know, war fashion. Nobody buys FUBU or Rockaware. You ever heard of Off White? Even though I don't like Kanye West, Kanye made billions off of fashion. You know, you can't even find a soul food restaurant out of. No, there's soul food restaurants. There's soul food restaurants in Japan, now in China. What's going on, Ohio? Salute, salute. Um, Egypt have nothing to do with FBA. No, I know, but I was just giving you Kwame. You're not listening. Listening is a skill. You have to understand. Virgil is African. I wasn't talking about Virgil, but if you want to talk about Virgil, yes, Virgil has done great with Off White. But guess what? Who inspired him? Who helped him? And this is why we say you can't do anything without foundational black Americans because y'all always need help. You can't find any rest. I'm telling you, you can find it in Asia now. Yes. In Asia, in Europe, yes. Oh, sorry. How's everything, Ohio? Happy Tuesday, man. You know, we just talking before we start the video. You know how we usually do. But yeah, Kwame, it's just like you're a hater, man. That's all it is. You hate on black Americans. Like every time we do something dope or every time we help somebody, it's like, oh yeah, this and that. Didn't didn't do fashion until Virgil was. No, he been doing fashion. He actually went to fashion school, Kwame. Remember when he went on what's his name? He went on the Breakfast Club the first and the last time he went on Breakfast Club and he got mad because he said, "Yo, I spent like $53 million and I'm broke now." He said, "My wife had to give me money. My wife had to loan me money." It wasn't because of Virgil. No, Kanye been do. And the thing about it, I'm gonna tell y'all this: Kanye don't really even invent a lot of fashion. He reinvents stuff. Some of the stuff that he had, like some of his music, is reinvented. That's why if you ever listen to old school music, house music, stuff like that, you start to see like, yo, Kanye just resamples musics. You know, like with that video with Tiana Taylor. Doom 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 doom. That's an old house song by Mr. Fingers called "The Mystery of Love." You know, Bound to is actually really bound to by a group back in the 60s, 50s. So he reinvents music. So it's just like if you don't know, if you know, you know. Like I love all music. That's how I know. I mostly listen to house music. I mostly listen to go-go music or is it Baltimore club music saying go or is that DC? I don't know. Afrobeats surpass it. No, Afrobeats is dying out. Yo, Kwame, and you want to hear something crazy? Your country don't even fuck with Afrobeats. Jamaicans got mad and told them, get that shit out of here. We don't want to listen to Afrobeats. Your country did that shit. You know, Afrobeats is dying. It's not. It's only like I told my coworker. I was like, the only way Afrobeats will survive if it stays in Europe and mostly England. If it stays in the UK and it stays in France, that's the only way it's gonna survive. You know. I'm just being personally honest, and the reason why, and let me tell you something. I fuck with certain like foreign music. I like old school, African tradition music. It's just the new stuff that is out here is dope. Like Gazo, Naza, Aya Nakamura. She's from I think she's from Mali. It's not like it's not dope. It's just not gonna sell in America. America already has its culture. You know, like you gotta also understand too. There's not that many Africans in America. There's probably like altogether. There's probably like 3 to 4 million Africans, and this is spread out around 50 countries, 51 countries. Because you got territories and you got territories too. So it's like kind of I think like 53. I think 53 if you add territories. 53, 54. They ended Yeah, but nobody ain't gonna watch it, Kwame. That's the thing. You know, nobody's not gonna sit there and watch the Caribbean Awards show. That's y'all shit. That's cool, but Kwame, she had black influence. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You can't do anything without black Americans. Y'all can't do anything without a foundational black American. Your biggest artist is probably Akon. And he's like the biggest failure. He's the biggest failure coming out of America. Once he stopped getting that foundational black American influence and help and all that guidance, his shit just crumbled. Look at all them scams that he was doing in fucking Senegal. Them China men about to ask for their money back. Like, yo, where the fuck is the money? It's not dying. How is it dying? How is it dying, Kwame? Hip hop is the most influential genre in this world right now. Ain't nothing stronger than hip hop right now. Hip hop or rap, you know? It's just you're saying it's dying now because you can't attach your people to it no more. You can't attach fucking African Bunbada and fucking what's his name? Freaky ass touchy feely fucking African Bunbada and fucking what's the DJ Hertz to that shit no more. You can't attach those type of people to it no more because they're not the foundation of it. You know, the biggest the biggest artist in the world right now, Bad Bunny. Not in America. The biggest artist in the world right now is probably fucking Beyonce. Are you serious? So you're trying to tell me Bad Bunny sells more than Beyonce? And let's look at all the achievement that Beyonce is doing now. She just pushed country music to a different yo. She pushed the culture of country music. She evolved it and levitated that shit up. Everybody's wearing a fucking cowboy hat because of Beyonce. Let's not act. Let's not act. Let's not try to disrespect, Beyonce because Beyonce's doing great things. She does sell more than Bad Bunny. Are you fucking serious? Are you high, nigga? Kwame, it's too early to be smoking crack in the morning, my nigga. Come on, bro. You wildin'. You are wildin'. Nigga, when I was in New Jersey, because when I went to Atlantic City, nigga, everybody had a fucking cowboy hat and some cowboy boots, nigga. And I didn't even know she had a show until somebody told me, oh, Beyonce got a show. I'm like, yo, why is all these black people wearing cowboy hats? I thought that was some New Jersey shit. And it wasn't. It was just Beyonce was there. Her fan base is crazy. Her fan base is crazy. We can't act like Beyonce ain't that chick. Are you fucking serious? She went from pop music to country music and she just took over country music. It was so black, it was so bad that they had a to be exact countries 54 countries to be exact. Nigga, nobody ain't watching that shit, Kwame. Only thing that matters is North America. If United States ain't watching, niggas don't really care. Niggas don't really give a fuck what they watching over there, Kwame. We're talking about America, the biggest corporation probably in the world. Everybody tries to come to America. It is what it is. She had job in Afrobeats album. No, she dropped a Clubhouse album. Yeah, she dropped a Clubhouse album. She didn't drop a Afrobeat album. It was Clubhouse. It was like Baltimore music, go-go music. That wasn't a this nigga said Afrobeats. Kwame, you high now, man. Don't be getting high in the morning like that, man. That shit is crazy, Kwame. He said Afrobeats. No, nigga, it was like a Clubhouse beat. It was Clubhouse, Kwame. That shit ain't no fucking Afro. Nigga, what is Afrobeats? Like, give me an example what is Afrobeats. That shit ain't popping. Nobody don't know what an Afrobeat is. And they should have never even called it Afrobeats because it sounds like black beats. Africans never call themselves Afro. They always call themselves Africans. They should have just said African beats. This is the shit that we're talking about. Y'all niggas trying to be foundational black American. And no, know what? Y'all can keep it. I'm just saying, niggas used to call black people Afro-Americans. All of a sudden, Africans want to be Afro beats now. Afro, Afrokins, So, y'all niggas is young. Y'all just like y'all just crazy. I'm gonna be personally honest. Hold on one second. Hold on, everyone. What's going on, E? Ah, shit. What's going on, E? Will? Salute. He said, Kwame said Beyonce put out an Afrobeats album. I said that was a Clubhouse. It was like a Clubhouse album. It wasn't no Afrobeat album. Who don't know Afro is short for? Nah. No. That stood for black people. That was people in America. When black people used to only wear afros in the 70s and the 60s. That's why they said Afro-Americans. That's why when you had those pics that had the peace sign on it, or an afro is to pick the afros, yeah, Afro-Americans. This nigga crazy. Let me ask you a question, Kwame. Why you always want me to use the white man stuff and you told me you don't even like the white man? This nigga's always want me to go to the census created by the white man. Now he wants me to go to a dictionary. Kwame don't know anything, my nigga. Yo, you're a pick and chooser. Yo, vengeance is right, bro. I gotta be personally honest. Vengeance is right about that, my nigga. Yo, you be giving out false information, and sometimes you be giving out correct information. You just be stretching the truth, my nigga. Now look at. Now he wanna go Latin. Now this nigga wanna go Latin now. This nigga Kwame, yo, this nigga's crazy. Would you get that from the white man, Kwame? Yo, Kwame, I know you got some white bitches at your house right now. You talking too good, man. That nigga Kwame got white bitches at his house right now. You speak the white man's language. Nigga, you speak the white man's language too? What the fuck you talking about? At least at least what I use the words from my ancestors and my forefathers and my great grandparents and my great great grandparents. Nigga, you don't even use your whole language in your country is the white man's language. You use the king's language. You use the king's language. How white you gotta even be to use that type of language, Kwame? That's crazy, Kwame. How you talk about I use the white man's language and you use the king's English? Y'all niggas is crazy. Yeah, Kwame's an evil fucker, man. He's a white supremacist. I'm gonna keep on promoting that, Kwame. You're a white supremacist. You're Myron Gaines. You're Myron Gaines. That nigga Kwame. So you really thought Afro really came from like this nigga's crazy. Cause they're trying to say African. No, niggas used to use that because niggas had afros, my nigga. How am I evil? Kwame, you're a white supremacist. How evil you gotta be? You laugh at when black people get killed. You're evil, Kwame. You're a Steven, Kwame. That's what you are. You are a Steven. Yes, you're a Steven. If you know who Steven is, it was Samuel L. Jackson off of Django. No, you push hate. You push hate, Kwame. Nigga, did you see what you was putting yesterday? All that shit was hate. You laughed at niggas. You laughed at your own boy Shabaka because he was getting bit by dogs, bit and chased by dogs. That shit's Kwame. That shit is fairly new. Afro Caribbeans and Afro Americans. Why do you even need to put Afro and Caribbeans if y'all already African? You know? It was most likely about their hair, yeah. Not evil, use your power. But Kwame's not that smart though. That's the thing. It's just like that's why I always tell people all the time, Kwame and Shabaka, niggas like y'all killed Pan Africanism movement. First of all, y'all niggas ain't doing nothing. Y'all niggas is just collecting everybody's fucking Cash App and PayPal's. Let's personally be honest. Y'all ain't putting no movements out here. All y'all movements have failed. Like y'all niggas ain't worth a pot to piss in. I'm just being personally honest. I didn't laugh. I just no. You laugh now. Don't try. Don't be scared now, Kwame. Don't get scared. You said it, nigga. You scared, nigga. Don't be scared now. Niggas already seen it. You know I don't delete this shit. Don't get scared now, nigga. You said it. You scared. Now that nigga scared. That nigga Kwame scared for his life. Oh, well, yes, you was laughing, Kwame. Why are you lying? Why you gotta lie like that? That nigga's a motherfucking lie. You gonna really lie like that, Kwame? And not tell the truth? That shit is crazy. You play dummy, you selective listening. He does. He does that all the time. That's why he's evil. He's a white supremacist. He does white people shit. You know, Kwame does white people shit and thinks it's gonna work on black people. That's what he does, you know? That shit don't work anymore. I'm just being personally honest. It's just technically Kwame's a coon. He does the white man's work. You know, he does the work for the white man. You know, he's a liberal. He's getting paid by the liberals. Only people that ever attacked me was fucking Democrats and fucking Pan-Africans. I might have a few fucking South Africans call me monkeys or a drug addict or drug dealer or whatnot, but that shit don't mean nothing. They live in fucking mud huts, you know. I'm just being personally honest. Who gets offended from a fucking African? I don't, you know. I personally just like to fuck their women. That's it. I won't touch their food. Well, there's this one lady. She's from Congo. Her mom's. She makes some good plantains. Uh, did I ever eat any of her chicken? I don't think I ate anything else. She's the only lady that I eat plantains technically off of, but I haven't seen her in like 4 or 5 years. You know. But yeah, Kwame, the white supremacist does play stupid. You know. Give me a second. Mm. I didn't say we. I didn't say Kwame. I didn't say we cared, nigga. It was just like, nigga, you're disrespectful. You don't like black people. You just don't want to admit that you hate black Americans. You know, and that you work for Democrats. I know them Democrats is fucking the shit out of you. You know, you're used to getting fucked by men. You know, so that's why you going to Atlanta. Hey, yo, E. Will, you know Kwame's going to Atlanta after all this shit he was talking about the high AIDS rates and all these gay people in Atlanta. Now he's going there next week. You know what he's going there for, right? Some bussy. Yeah, Kwame's going there for some bussy. Some bussy activities, right, Kwame? Kwame's going there for some bussy activities. Oh yeah, everybody like and subscribe and comment on the podcast. Also, definitely share. This helps the algorithm. Also too, if you want to donate, I'll put the donation in the app. I mean in the stream. And thanks for all the donations. I really do appreciate it. Give me a second though. But yeah, Kwame's going there for some bussy activity, you know. It's all right, Kwame. You love what you love, man. If you like niggas with bitches with dicks, man, that's you, man. Do your thing, man. I ain't gonna judge you, you know. Hey, if you, oh yeah, Kwame, yeah. Tell Kwame to tell the truth. What he going to Atlanta for? All that shit he was talking about Atlanta, he going there to get some bussy now. That nigga crazy. I told y'all that nigga he's batshit crazy. Y'all thought I was joking when I was saying that. Yo, Kwame's batshit crazy. You know? Yeah, that nigga go get some bussy down there, man. It's all right, Kwame. You go. you can't listen to it, man. Yo, he's going out there. So Kwame, you're not going to Atlanta next week. You're not going to Atlanta next week. Watch this. So you're not going to Atlanta next week, Kwame. Oh, thanks, Kwame. I do appreciate it, but stop deflecting, man. Just say, yeah, I'm going to Atlanta because I know you don't eat lemon pepper chicken, and lemon pepper chicken is the shit down south. If I'm going to Atlanta, and if I go to Georgia, I'm going to Augusta. I'm going to St. Clair's and Savannah. Only time I go to Atlanta is to get some lemon pepper chicken. I know they can make it out there, but I want it from Atlanta. I'm just saying, Kwame. Just say, yo, I'm just going there, yo. I'm going there to get, to a, bro. I can't. Show you the blue check of link. Kwame, you don't gotta explain to me nothing, man. I'm just a nigga you know off the internet, bro. So I'm fucking with you, Kwame, man. That nigga so sensitive. Once you start talking about bussy and shit, that nigga gets trauma, man. He bussy boy. Yeah, he gets that trauma back in Jamaica, man. When them Europeans used to go over there and take his pussy, man. Yeah, trauma, man. That's a trauma right there. What Tariq just said? Yeah, that nigga used to go over there and take y'all Bucci cap, man. Yeah, him and his boys. So. Yo, oh my god. Oh shit. It's okay, Revenue. You good? Just NBA don't need no. That's that, yo. You see, yo. That's what, yo. It got so bad. Kwame's doing OnlyFans now, man. You doing OnlyFans from Atlanta now? So this nigga Kwame, Pan African, yo, the Pan African movies is opening up, or was it the OnlyFans accounts and shit. So, y'all niggas is crazy. Yo, Kwame, that shit is crazy. Tariq only got wins on me and on the Beyonce thing. I was wrong. No, Kwame. Let me tell you what it is. Let me tell you what it is, Kwame. You don't know what you're talking about. Cause you know what? You probably just heard Creole and like, oh yo, you're thinking like, oh yeah, she's from Haiti or something. There's other forms of Creole. There's American Creole, there's Geechee Creole, there's Louisiana Creole, there's Cape Verdean, there's Haitian Creole, there's Cape Verdean Creole. There's a lot of Creoles out here, Kwame. I'm gonna be personally honest. I think Creole just means broken language that you're speaking. So it's. I told you to stop following those white supremacy points. Every time revenue Drake is Canadian, I'm foundational to America. Yeah, that's what makes him not a foundational Black American. Maybe foundational Black Canadian. Like I don't know who we were talking to this about. We was talking about The Rock's father. The Rock's father was born in Canada. You know, but I was saying that I don't think he's foundation to America because his family migrated to Canada. So it's nothing wrong with it. It's still a North America. It's just his fight was a different fight. That's all it is. It's nothing bad. Lost on DNA. Nah, it's not because remember I was explaining about the zebras and stuff, and you was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're right." I was like, "Okay, Kwame." I was like, "But you missed the point that you was missing." If we're gonna use the zebra terminology, one of those zebras aren't African. We're gonna say the zebras is a Canadian Jew. It can't be It can't be a full African zebra. It's gonna be a hybrid or wherever country it is. It's gonna develop that country's lingo, culture, the way how it lives. Yes, it's just like me, Kwame. If I go to Africa, I probably will die in Africa because it's too hard. I was raised in Alabama for a little bit, but that heat is different. You know. You never won against her. Yeah, you haven't won, Kwame. You almost won. There was a few times you almost won. It's just, yo, you gotta understand. People like Tariq Nasheed and Captain Tazariot, they have been doing this for over 15, 20 years, Kwame. You know, the comments don't mean shit when it's the truth. We could talk about facts or we can talk about the truth. Facts can be wrong. Facts can be wrong. It's like, yo, we could look at statistics like, yo, these are the facts. They probably took everything in the world, but at the end of the day, they're still wrong because that's not the truth. They're not seeing things that other people aren't seeing. So it can't be the truth. It might be factually correct, but it's not truth. Um, those are not receipts, Kwame. Those is just how people feels. Those are opinions. You know. That's why I always tell people. This is why I always tell people all the time. That's why I don't say facts anymore. The reason why I don't say facts because the facts can be a lie. The facts can't always be the truth. It can be close to the truth, but sometimes it's not the truth. You know, truth is 100%. Facts is probably like 90-80. You know, that's why he wants to join. Don't even see all the holes I put in theories. But you don't put holes in theories. You just act stupid. That's all you do. You know, that's all you do, Kwame. You just play stupid. You know that would work for a person who's like a beginner. Like sometimes that shit might work on me because at the end of the day, because I'm just started getting used to this. I'm like probably like 2-3 years into like kind of debating and talking to people and stuff and interviewing people. You know, even your boyfriend or lost up. Damn, Clark, you attacking me now? Jesus Christ. What's up with you and Ron, Kwame? We gotta, you know what? I'm gonna have you on this show one day, and I want to hear why you don't like Tariq Nasheed. Like, forget all the shit that you say. Oh yeah, he's biased. He hates. He's xenophobic and stuff like that. Cause Kwame, technically, you're xenophobic. You could be considered xenophobic. The shit that you said, or Afrophobia, or you got Afrophobia or Negrophobia. You know, because you have a hatred for Black Americans. But like I said, Kwame, that's your culture. Oh, salute, Spence. How's everything? 49. Kwame might be as he seems to like punishment. Yeah. You know, a lot of people who have money likes like to be dehumanized and be. It's weird. It's like a sick fetish. Yeah, Kwame, you might have a fetish, man. You know, you could win, Kwame, but you argue the same every time. Too predictable. Yeah, facts. He's very predictable. You will. You know. Yeah. It's just. I gotta say this, and we can probably start this in probably like 5 minutes. Um. I'm gonna say this, and I don't got no notes today. We're just gonna do a reaction video. I'm gonna say this with you, Kwame. First of all, you're predictable. Pan African fucked you over because you got an ideology that you have to follow that's probably not even right. You know, how I hate Black Americans. Black Americans been the top dog of the black race for 200 years, but it's over now. Nigeria took the spot. Nigeria didn't take the spot of nothing. How they took the spot, Kwame? Like I'd rather live in Mississippi than to live in fucking Nigeria. I'm just being personally honest. Everybody's kicking Nigerians out their country, Kwame. That don't even make sense. You know, I think FBA's just been jealous. They slipping. How are we slipping and we're the most successful people? Collectively, Black Americans are the most successful out of the Black diaspora. So that can't be true. This is why when I said there's a such thing as facts and there's a such things as truth. The truth is Black Americans are still the most successful people out the black diaspora. It has been like that for a very long time. You know? Put it this way. I think it's the opposite, Kwame. Africa has been Africa has been, leading Black America or just black race for a very long time, but they didn't understand that they were getting help from Black Americans. Black Americans was on their front line for a very long time. when Nigeria was coming up and when they came to America, when they were getting this education and stuff, they turned on black Americans. Their parents told their children don't fuck with black Americans. Those are akatas. Like we still hear this from them. They called us lazy, they called us criminals, they called us baby mamas. But not knowing that they got every orphan they have orphanages like they have liquor stores in fucking Africa. So we can. This is why I say there's a such thing as facts and there's such things as truths. Facts can probably say that, oh yeah, black people ain't getting shit. Black people have been going down. But the truth is, black Americans are the most successful people collectively. We have the most millionaires. We have the most billionaires out of the black diaspora. Ain't nobody got more millions or billionaires than us. Ain't no country or ain't no country has are more successful in progress than us. So we can't. This is why I said there's a such thing. Majority of black doctors are Nigerians and Korean. No, that's not true, Kwame. That's not true. It's probably because you see it. It's probably because you're in New York. In Boston, there's more black doctors, black American doctors. You go down south, there's more black American doctors. Don't forget, I already told you what my theory is. My theory is I think the whole South, or most of the South, in the mid South, is all was it indigenous reservations. But not having your own. But Kwame, y'all have the like. Okay, let's play hypotheticals because I know you love hypotheticals. Since you like hypotheticals so much, Kwame, if y'all have more Nigerian doctors, why is it Nigeria not helping them? Why aren't them Nigerian doctors not going to their country helping them, building those countries, building hospitals, building wells? They're not doing all of that, you know. Just close at 100 billion. Okay. And what's that saying? You act like they're gonna get that $100 billion now. That's just a deal. You don't know. You don't know when they're gonna receive that $100,000. It might take 10 to 20 years for them to even get that $100 billion, Kwame. What's really crushing the African myth and Pan Africanism is when we really start going over there and seeing it for ourselves. So the Prince Kings and Queens lives couldn't help us. Yeah, them shits is fucking pathetic countries, man. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but that shit is pathetic. Y'all talk about y'all got your own shit, but it's just y'all shouldn't be taking care of your shit like that. Yeah, it's true. Those people are leaving their country, coming to America, Europe, even Australia to get education. Like if y'all that smart, if y'all that hardworking, why can't y'all do this in your own country? You know? You know what, Kwame? Black American. This nigga's crazy. Kwame, Black Americans are the most successful people ever. This is why I'm telling Kwame. Let me ask you a question. Even let me say, let's say this shit is true. This $100 billion that you talk about, how does that help your country? How does this help Africa? Only thing they're gonna do is pocket that money, as they always do. How the fuck you got a billionaire and how you got the most richest black black race in this era right now in Nigeria, and your country looks like that. Niggas is still shitting in the streets. How the fuck you ain't developing your own country? Why aren't you paying for workers to develop your country? This is what you're. When you have money, there is responsibilities that you have to have, even if you like or don't like it. Like, this is why we're starting to ask questions about Africa. Most of the times we never asked questions about Africa. Yeah, he's the richest black man in the world, but at the end of the day, his country's a piece of shit. That shit don't mean nothing if he's the most richest man in the world. But everybody's leaving that fucking country. Everybody's leaving Nigeria, Kwame. That's sad. Nigerian president lives in Europe. And about half of black billionaires are African, bro. They're not. Oh my God, Kwame. Everybody has African DNA, Kwame. Everybody has African DNA, even white people. They just have very little of it, but they have African DNA. Asian people have African DNA. This is why we say, yo, you got to come up with better talking points, man. Let me tell you something. If your talking points is getting be debunked, then this is why you lose to Tariq every time. You don't think people tell Tariq Nasheed, oh, yo, we heard fucking revenue on there talking crazy again? He's talking about this, and that. Kwame, them niggas is losing. Them niggas is losing, Kwame. That shit is the same. If you there, Kwame, if y'all have 250 million people in Nigeria, how the fuck your country look like that? How's that country looking like that? That shit don't make no fucking sense, man. Doesn't make no sense. No, no, no. But yeah, it's just Kwame, that shit don't make no sense, man. You got to get your shit together. I do got to say that. Oh shit, give me a second, everyone. Yeah, so it's just I'm gonna say this, Kwame. Yeah, your people's gonna have to get their shit together, man. Your country is never gonna win. You know, that's like the white media showing the slums of Baltimore and Philly. Are you serious, Kwame? This is what I'm talking about, Kwame. Nigeria is not beautiful. Them shit. If let me tell you something, Kwame. If something is beautiful, why would you leave it? Why would you leave it if it's beautiful? I live in a 6 bedroom, 4 bathroom house in New York City, in a black community with median household. Oh, that's all you make? Damn. But yeah, I'm still in here. Continue to cook Yeah, you're right, Convo, because you gotta understand. You never been. I don't want to go to Nigeria. You know, somebody invited me to go to Uganda. I told them hell no. I said hell no. I said why the fuck would I want to go to Africa if all y'all coming over here? There's a reason why y'all leaving your country. You had nothing to say to me. Kwame, you gotta get your shit together, man. You talk about all the great things you do, but most of your people, Kwame, they don't live like you. You're just a percenter. In your culture, you're a percenter. Now, if you're making this type of money, Kwame, why aren't you helping your country? Why are you only having vacation spots in your country instead of helping them build wells, fucking grow food, get their country back? Bro, the annual income in Boston since 150. No, Kwame, it's more than that. In Boston, you're probably considered middle class. Yeah, you're kind of considered middle class. My job, I make like 60, 65 easily. Um, but with my podcasting and doing reaction videos for Pornhub and stuff, I can make an extra 50, 60,000 easily. So it's, but the thing about it, I always tell people all the time I like what I do. You know, my job isn't really hard. I get to conversate with people. I take care of people. There's some stuff I don't like about it. But I'm thinking about going back into adolescence where what do you do for oh, okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking about going back into adolescence just for a little bit and probably doing that like part time. I live in Jamaica. Also, 10 bedroom. Kwame, you don't live in Jamaica. This nigga's always lying. Nigga, tell the truth. Like, nigga, tell the truth. This nigga can never tell the truth. But you know what? Let's get into the video. We're about to watch a video. Hopkins, if I say his name right, Jesus. I'm sorry if I destroyed your name and batted your name. But I do day trading in Airbnb in Seattle and in Portland. Won't you do it in Atlanta if you since you got a little boy toy in Atlanta? You know the fuck, the fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna say this. Day trading is that profitable? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It depends if you how much money you start off with. Like on the Bronze Reapers podcast, I'm gonna have a show with my uncle, and I'm gonna have Revenue or white supremacist Kwame talk about it. I let Kwame talk about it all day about day trading and stuff. But my uncle, he been doing it ever since he got out of jail. He been making good money. He did it before he went. He did it before he went to jail and did 10 years. But well, yeah, all y'all New York niggas went down to Atlanta. What the fuck? Yeah, y'all niggas went down to Atlanta. Shit went left, man. It's different. Like I said, it's different culture. Atlanta culture is a little bit different than the New York culture. You know, y'all niggas is a little bit aggressive. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. But Atlanta is not like that. You know, them niggas is crazy. I'm gonna be personally honest. Them niggas down south, they're crazy. That's why when you have all those crazy niggas in New York, probably selling big time drugs and all that other stuff, and like serious, like killing people and stuff. Most of those niggas is Geechee. Most of those niggas is Geechee or they're from the South. Frank Matthews was from the South. Bumpy Johnson was Geechee. Frank, what's the dude, the snitching guy? Frank Lucas, he's Geechee. Most of those niggas is yeah. Most of those niggas is Them niggas is crazy. Yeah. It's just the culture, man. The culture, they're so nice, but once you, I always tell people one thing: down south, you can argue with somebody, but don't fuck with their money or their women. That's the only two things I ever seen a shit go sideways down south: money and women. They can have 10 women, don't fuck with one of them, cause they're gonna, they go overboard with shit. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I have an uncle like that. I know a lot of dudes are from Philly that moved to Atlanta trying to get record deal. Oh yeah, like Atlanta's dope. Don't get me wrong, but it changed a lot. Atlanta has changed a lot. Everybody has a gun down south, so everybody ain't scared. And all their guns is legal. Niggas be carrying around AR-15s in the back of their car. You know, day trading is profitable. I make at least 12,000 a week, and another seven. Damn, I thought you would have made more than that. Uh. Yo, Kwame, do you be fucking with AI or you do tech? I'm in Arizona. Everyone's house is in Airbnb. Yeah, cause I think everybody's trying to get out of Arizona. I like Arizona. But it's mad hot down there. My little brother lived in Arizona for a year and a half. You know, he was having women problems. That's why he moved his ass back up here. Um, but oh yo, let's start this show, man. I'm sorry everybody. Arizona Airbnb is booming. Las Vegas, you can be millionaires if you decide. Oh yeah, try it, E-Will. Yeah, I think you'll be good with it, E-Will. But we're gonna start this video. Like and subscribe and also comment. Stay in the comments or live chat. And if you want to donate to the podcast, I'll give you the joint. It's in the description, but I know a lot of people wants me to put it up. Damn, who's that? Oh, that's what's her name. Scarlett. Yeah, she be thick, man. I think she's like Nigerian too. Yeah, what you think, yo, Kwame, what you think about Scarlett? Yeah, it's hot as a motherfucker. It'd be like 110 there, man. Yeah, it'd be hot as a motherfucker. Most tech communities, military commit. Oh, I'm learning now. Well, yeah, my unc be fucking around with the AI joint. Hey, yo, what you think about Scarlett from Bronx? I like them Bronx chicks, but them chicks be coming out of pocket, man. They be like Nigerian and like Scarlett, yo, she's thick, but when she take off that makeup, man, she don't be looking like that like she be on TV. You know, I ain't saying she's ugly because most of those Africans got them like masculine looks, but I bet I'm gonna try it. I got my bachelor's in mathematics. I think we could run it up. Yeah, try, yo, E will try it, man. Okay, not my type though. I like project chicks. I like hood chicks. I always like before I met my baby mother. All I fuck with was hood chicks. That's my thing, man. That's why I be listening to these nerdy ass niggas talking about, oh yeah, they talk about Shay and all this other stuff. Man, I like bitches like that. Girls who be hitting their head like that after they got their hair done because it itches and stuff like that. Who still be having the scarf on her head and stuff like that. Yo, I like those type of chicks, man. Bitches who be have their butts out in those short shorts and stuff like that. Hell yeah. Talk about, yo, you need to get your shit correct and everything. Yeah, man. I like shit like that. That always been my thing. Like it's cool to have a good girl and stuff like that who are like sophisticated and stuff like that, but it's just too much for me, man. I'm gonna be personally honest. Those type of girls is too much for me, man. And I told my father that, man. He's like, yo, you always mess with these ratchet bitches, man, back in the days. I'm like, man, I love them, man. I fell in love with ratchet women, man. Or I like the weird girls and stuff like that. The girls who got a job and stuff and trying to do good with their stuff. Not the ones that are like, oriented and stuff like that and stuff. Like I'm gonna be personally honest. Sometimes that sex could be getting dry, man. If with those type of girls, the pillow princesses and shit, the bitches who don't want to do anything. I like the freaks, man. Most of those girls ain't even freaks no more, man. They think they're gonna get off on their looks and stuff, or how sophisticated they are and shit like that. Like I had to tell one bitch one day, I was like, "Bitch, I'm not attracted because you got degrees and shit. I'm attracted because I thought you was a good person and whatnot." My bitch worked for tech community company like Google and do real estate, some stripping, some. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So damn, she fucking does a lot, man. Jesus Christ. She sounds like she's a Philippine, nigga. Jesus Christ, Kwame. I got lawyer bitch right now. Um, one of the top lawyers in New York, and she's Africans. Well, Kwame, all those people are moving there, moving to New. Well, they're moving out now because ICE is coming down on people now. Your boy Eric May was a Eric May has sold them niggas out. You know he's Jamaican too, right? Eric, who's it? May Eric. What's the nigga's name? Eric something. That nigga sold y'all niggas out. That niggas gave y'all. He gave y'all to the fucking devil. I'll tell you that. You know. But let's start this video. Yeah, Africans be having some good coochie too. Don't get that shit fucked up. They
Yep.
be having some good coochie.
All right, all right. I appreciate everybody for tuning in today. My name is Lawrence Jones with Fox News. Last Friday, there was a Black Conservative Summit. Conservatives from across the country talked about the Ahmaud Arbery shooting and how it impacted us and the messaging that we took from it. And so there is a split between the conservative movement. And so the best way when family have an issue is to sit down and debate it, see where we can grow from it. And there's plenty of people in the audience that have different perspectives as well. So Brandon, Antonia, Bryson hopefully will be joining us later. Uncle Hotep Jesus, thank y'all so much for being on. We're going to jump right into it. I asked everybody not to speak over each other because I want the audience to be able to hear each other. Today and yesterday, I took the liberty of going through everyone's posts and interviews and what they had to say about it, and we're going to discuss that. Hopefully, we can get to some dialogue. So I'm going to hop right into it. Brandon, you said in an interview yesterday, the guy wasn't innocent like we thought he was. It was like a Jussie Smollett. What did you mean when you said that?
Yeah, I mean, right off the beginning, he was a jogger, just minding his own business, and that was the narrative. And I originally said, and the video has 500,000 views, that there's more information I'm sure of. We don't need to pick a side. Let's let some stuff come out before we jump and say that this guy has been killed by racist white supremacists without any additional information. And now when the information comes out, it is very clear that he wasn't just jogging through the community minding his business. He's now caught up in potentially burglarizing a house. He's been seen on camera in multiple houses, or at least multiple times in that one house. So that's pretty much all I said. He wasn't just walking down the street. There is more to it. There's some law that's
Kwame, you messing with a Dominican. My nigga, you used to just say you only fuck with Africans and black women. No, but he's a coon. What he's already starting off with the narrative is that this nigga was already he's basically saying that the nigga should have never been there. He shouldn't be jogging. He don't have the rights to jog. And I think that's fucked up. So you gotta watch his wording. No, he's FBA, and this is why we always tell you, Kwame, and I want you to watch what we do. We already know he's a coon. We already told y'all niggas he's a coon. Be careful around this nigga. This is what we do. We warn everybody. Everybody. He's going to turn his back on you and he's going to go with the white side. He don't give a fuck with the narrative, what happened. He's going to try to find any and everything to point his finger at a black person.
apply to it. that has gotten him in a situation where these individuals could possibly get off of this given Georgia law. Not saying it's right or wrong. None of these people paying my bills, so I don't owe anybody anything. I'm just giving my perspective from a former law enforcement officer.
I know. I heard.
Arresting people for murder, arresting people for deadly force, self-defense, and I'm just giving my say. So I don't think he's just strolling through the community like we thought or like they were presenting, and the white man just saw him running through the street, decided that they're going to go kill a black man today, and that's what they did. That wasn't the scenario. At least that's not what it is today.
So a quick follow-up before the panel hops in right quick. You said some Georgia law. What law are you talking about when you say that it may have been a burglary? Because legal scholars from the Attorney General, the Attorney General for Georgia, the Republican DA that's going to be taking over this case, most legal scholars would say that wouldn't have been a burglary because no products were stolen. At best, it would be a criminal trespass.
Okay, so I'm very disheartened that people who are consider themselves a legal scholar would say that something has to be taken in order for it to be a burglary in the first degree. According to Georgia law, burglary in the first degree only involves intent. So if a person goes into a dwelling, which this was, and it's been verified as a dwelling, case law has determined that even though nobody's living there, it is a dwelling. Georgia law says a dwelling can be occupied, unoccupied, or vacant. He entered into a dwelling with the intent to take something, intent to commit a theft. That is first degree burglary. So that's where I'm getting it from, and it comes from Georgia law. I can pull it up and read the law verbatim.
But Brandon, as a law enforcement that can be interpreted any way. That you have to prove intent, especially in Georgia law where when you're trying to do a citizen's arrest. Well, it has to be a felony. Go ahead.
Well, you don't have court is where you prove whether a person is guilty or not. An arrest is where you have a probable cause or reasonable cause to make
not for a citizen's arrest.
No, okay. Let's read. I will read the citizen.
I will too. Go ahead.
I'm going to read the citizen's arrest real quick because I want us to be all on the same page. A citizen's arrest, and give me a chance to pull it up.
I got it right here.
I want you to read the. I want you to read the
17 is 17-460. A private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. If the offense is a felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to, according to the law, you don't have to prove. You have to be it has to be reasonable or probable suspicion, and therefore you can then conduct a citizen's arrest. If you do a citizen's arrest and you are wrong,
you see how he's stretching it. He's reaching, man, and he knows he's wrong. He's trying to get these white men off this and get some money from he's trying to get some money from Fox News. You got a hanko for raggedy bitches. Yo, shout out to Spence 49. I just read what you wrote. But yeah, he's reaching, and everybody knows he's reaching. So what's in the Okafor? Antonia Okafor, she looked like she's about to give up fucking the black man for a green card right now. So I can't wait to hear her talking what she's saying. She might defend him. I haven't watched this. I just seen the crash out. But Brandon Tatum knows he was wrong. I'm not even going to call him an officer. But Brandon knows he's wrong. He's a liar. And he's trying to manipulate the system. This is why I always tell people all the time, there's such thing as facts and truth. Facts and truth. Facts is what you can really prove and say that this man didn't do it. The truth is that the man is telling the truth. The facts is that they can prove that he did do it.
They can sue you for false imprisonment. If you are correct in the citizen's arrest, a law enforcement officer will take possession of that individual, finish the investigation, and if it's determined to be, in fact, a burglary, they'll be charged with a burglary, and they'll have a day in court to be proven innocent or guilty. If they do more investigation and they
The
find
problem
out
is,
that
Brandon,
there's no
the problem
establishment,
is, though, Brandon, is no one saw him in that building. Not even the owner was able to see him in the building because there's video of it. They were not around the scene when that took place.
well,
So
that is
it's
not
hard
true.
to prove that that took place because they didn't see it. They weren't in immediate view to determine that, Brandon.
Well, let me explain it this way. That's not true. The video surveillance footage is a live feed. Larry, the gentleman Larry English said he was notified by phone of the video feed. You can disagree with that, but also the citizen's arrest, you have to either see them or it have to be immediate knowledge. Now there was a 911 phone call where they saw the gentleman in the house. They made the call, and while they were on the 911 phone call, he started running. They reported it. Also, you have Travis McMichael and Greg McMichael, who they had information about the gentleman being in the house. That's one of the reasons why.
I think they come from Irish backgrounds, McMichaels. So in Boston, I'm gonna tell you this. In Boston, the Irish, especially Irish officers, they're a little bit more aggressive with Black Americans. Maybe Spanish and Cape Verdeans. So I don't know how they are down south, but in the north, East Coast, they don't like black people. It's been like this since the 40s and the 50s. You know, that's why. What is his name? When they talk about Whitey Bulger, they don't want to say Whitey Bulger was a racist. He was a racist and a pedophile. He liked little girls. I even heard people from South Boston have said that he liked little girls. So he was a piece of shit all over the board. So this is why I always tell people all the time, stop praising that the biggest rat ever, Whitey Bulger, because he was working with informants to get people out the way. He did the white boy Rick shit. White boy Rick was giving information to the feds to get niggas out the spot for his father. His father was about to go to jail for selling guns. So it is, like I said, it is what it is. He did it. They made a movie about it. White boy Rick didn't. And the thing about it, they try to make white boy Rick look like, oh, he was a good kid and stuff like that. And like he was just misled. No, the nigga snitched. He did what he did, was selling guns with his father too. So it's not like, yeah, the nigga did it by an accident. He knew what he was doing.
Them and another person whose name is William Bryan decided to follow Mr. Arbery. Mm-hmm. Greg McMichael, he also knows Mr. Arbery because he was on a case that prosecuted against Mr. Arbery. So not only do he know him visibly from what he's seen in all the other videos, when he saw him running, he can identify that is the individual whom he has dealt with in the past. That's the individual from the surveillance videos, plural. And I mean, you don't have to.
What did you see in those videos, Brandon?
What'd you say?
What did you witness in those videos, Brandon?
What did I witness in the video?
Shit.
When you saw the video of him going into this house, what did you see him do?
Well, it's only a 7-second clip of the video.
So you ain't see nothing. So
No.
you saw nothing.
I'm out. You can't say.
Yo, shit just went left like in 30 seconds. Watch.
In all the other videos, when he saw him running, he can identify.
Shit
that
just
is the
went left,
individual
nigga.
who he has dealt with in the past. That's the individual from the surveillance videos, plural. And I mean, you don't have to.
What did you see in those videos, Brandon?
What'd you say?
What did you witness in those videos, Brandon?
What did I witness in the videos?
When you saw the video of him going into this house, what did you see him do?
Yo, this shit's about to go left, nigga.
Well, it's only a 7-second clip of the video.
So you ain't see nothing. So you saw nothing.
I'm out. You can't say I don't have all the information because he's been there for
Bingo.
He was in there for 3 minutes.
Bingo. So let's go off of Mr. English. Let's go off of Mr. English. You've been talking a lot. Let's go off of Mr. English. Mr. English said, I wanted to correct the mistaken impression that he had shared this video with any other information with the McMichaels prior to the McMichaels' decision to chase Mr. Arbery. The homeowners had not even seen the February 23rd.
Yo, this shit just went left, man. Yo, the Hopkins, whatever this dude's name is, this nigga, he already about to, go crazy. Like, he already had the facts. It's like, nigga, I already know you're lying. Like, what?
He was in there for 3 minutes.
Bingo. So let's go off of Mr. English. Let's go off of Mr. English. You've been talking a lot. Let's go off of Mr. English. Mr. English said, I wanted to correct the mistaken impression that he had shared this video with any other information with the McMichaels prior to the McMichaels' decision to chase Mr. Arbery. The homeowners had not even seen the February 23rd video before Travis and McMichael shot Mr. Arbery. These are the words of his attorneys.
Mr. Larry English said before that he had.
We ain't talking about before. We talking about most recent news, Brandon.
Let me talk. If you're gonna ask me a question, I have a chance to respond. Now, Mr. Larry English,
I didn't ask you a question.
Mr. Larry English had reported before that there have been thefts. That's why he put surveillance videos in his house. My belief system, and it's clear to me.
My man was like, my belief systems. Saying potatoes, man. Yeah, man. This shit already went left, Kwame. This is the type of, Kwame, this is the type of shit that you gotta understand. When you know you're gonna talk about something. Yeah, he's Pan-African. I think he is Pan-African. But you know what he does believe in? You might not like. He believed black Americans were already in America. From his voice, from his mouth. I showed a video. I showed a video twice on two episodes with him in it saying it. He does believe black Americans are indigenous to America. He believes black Americans are already in North and South America. So he believes in the ethnogenesis. So that's your Pan-African brother, but that's what he believes in. He believes that slavery didn't really exist in America. I'm just being personally honest. That's what he believes. He believes in the foundational of black American ideology.
May disagree that the reason why he's coming out now, 2 months later, after all the stuff hit the fan, after his videos have been circulating and saying, "Oh, I never reported,"
he's ready. Look at him.
Is because he's probably been intimidated because he made statements.
Is that speculation? Is that speculation?
Straight up speculation.
Is that speculation?
Well, did he put surveillance videos in his house?
Is that speculation?
There hasn't been a robbery since January.
Brandon, how do you know there was intent for him to go into that house in the first place and steal something?
Oh no!
I don't. I wasn't there. I don't know it.
But what you were saying before was that these scholars, these so-called legal scholars, are essentially confusing this term with burglary because there has to be intent involved beforehand, but there was no intent. And you don't know.
They were saying he didn't steal anything. That's why it wasn't first-degree burglary. That's not law. It's the only thing you have to do is have intent. Now, I'm not the person that has to prove his intent. I wasn't there. The people there were claiming that he had burglarized the place and that they were pursuing him because of a burglary. That's what was reported.
Your conjecture is like a prosecutor, Brandon. Let's be honest. How do you feel? How do you feel about the actions of the McMichaels? Were they right, justified, wrong, correct? How do you feel about their actions, Brandon?
Well, I'm gonna give you the legal thing, and then I'll give
you
my opinion.
I don't want him to.
I'll give you the legal stance, and then I'll give you my opinion. Okay? I want people to understand these two different things. On the legal stance, they were if they had believed that they observed the burglary in the first degree, they were legally able to do a citizen's arrest. Therefore, they could legally be in the position they were in. Now, open carry laws in the state of Georgia. You are legally able to carry a gun in your vehicle when you travel and on your person, wherever you're at. Your constitutional rights don't go away just because you're conducting a citizen's arrest. they had a legal right to carry a gun and open carry at the time of the incident. Now, when they are fighting for a gun, McMichael
You ain't answering my
has
question.
a defense, but they're fighting for a shotgun. Mr. McMichael has a defense that his life is in danger because the guy's taking his gun. He can defend himself with
that
deadly
is not
force.
defense.
You didn't answer the
That's not
question,
true.
Brandon. You did not answer the question. I'm gonna rephrase the question again.
Oh, shit.
Do you feel as though the McMichaels handled the situation correctly, Brandon?
I mean, I really don't. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
As a second
hold on.
Amendment guy.
You don't know, but you do know and have made up your mind.
Hotep, you need to
that-
drop your voice, man.
Woo!
Pumped up, man. We supposed to be on here talking with respect.
Okay, no problem.
need to be
I'll bring it
better
down
than
for you.
each other,
I'll bring it down. I'll bring it down for you. You don't know if they were in the wrong.
Yeah. Hoptel is laughing too. Hoptel is laughing. What's this?
Handle the situation correctly, Brandon.
I mean, I really don't.
Look at,
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
As a second
hold
Amendment
on.
Look
You
at
don't know
Uncle's laughing.
But
He
you
thinks this
do
shit is funny,
know-
bro.
and have made
Hey,
up
hold
your
on.
mind.
Hotep, you gotta drop your voice, man. You getting all pumped up, man. We supposed to be on here talking with respect.
Okay, no problem.
need to be
I'll bring it
better
down
than
for you.
each
I'll
other,
bring it down. I'll bring it down.
Let's be respectful.
You don't know if they were in the wrong, but you know that the black man was in the wrong because he was in the house.
I didn't say-
You were quick to make up your mind.
Ooh.
So let me ask you this. Let's rephrase this thing here, right?
Okay.
You damn sure ain't defending Ahmaud Arbery, but you are acting like a defense attorney for the McMichaels, which lets me know that you are taking sides. Because you cannot definitively say that what they did was wrong when everybody here knows it was wrong. But you can't say that because you're afraid to lose your
Yeah, look at throw your hands up.
Right, I said
I asked you. You said you defended Michael. You damn sure ain't
Throw them hands
defending
up.
Ahmaud Arbery, but you are acting like a defense attorney for the McMichaels, which lets me know that you are taking sides.
That's false.
Because you cannot definitively say that what they did was wrong when everybody here knows it was wrong. But you can't say
Wait
that
a minute.
because you're afraid to lose your base.
All right, I said.
I asked you. You said you don't know. I said, yo, did
Yo,
they
my
handle the
man's
situation
wildin'.
correctly? You said I don't know. Now, if we ask, do you think Arbery was in the wrong? You're quick to
I didn't say
castigate
that.
him as a burglar.
In the wrong in what way? At the shooting or at the burglary?
Do you think Ahmaud Arbery was a burglar? Do you think he stole something from that property? We asked you earlier.
I think what I witnessed from the video, I think that a reasonable person can believe that he went in there with intent to take something. That's my
Except for the
How?
owner. Except for the owner.
It's fine. The owner. That's
How?
not the way law works. The law doesn't work because the owner thinks a certain way. The police officers will determine whether.
Absolutely. And you know what the police officer said? Because this was breaking news as well. The police officers wanted to arrest the McMichaels. It was the DA's office that refused to bring the charges in.
Why?
Why? Because the DA's office said there wasn't sufficient evidence, but we already know that there is a connection to the DA's office, which means why the Bureau of Investigation had to come in for Georgia within 48 hours, they were able to connect the dots. So
Well,
you tell me why,
that's
hold on
not-
for a second, Brandon, hold on just a second. You tell me why the nation's chief law enforcement officer, the Civil Rights Division, DOJ, a Republican attorney general, the Republican governor, and a Republican DA, local DA in Cook, were able to draw the same conclusion, but the only people, and the local police officers as well, the only people that weren't able to get to that conclusion were the people that had a association with the McMichaels in the DA's investigator's office.
So
Why is that?
Well, I'm not here to justify who doing what because I'm not in the investigation. I believe that
What
the
I'm asking you is why did
prosecutors-
they come with, why did 6 different investigative agencies come up with a different conclusion
This shit is crazy.
than the one that was connected to the McMichaels?
I don't know because I'm not investigating. Why are everybody saying
know
that he
why?
was just jogging?
Because there was
No.
a connection.
What I'm saying is that think about it like this. Why is everybody saying he was jogging when everybody knows that
I'm
that
not
wasn't
talking
the
about the
case?
jogging. I'm not
No,
talking
what
about
I'm
the
saying
jogging.
is that
I'm
just
not
because
talking-
people disagree, just because a lot of people on this side doesn't make them right or wrong. In the court of law is where a man is.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in live chat. What's going on, Rando? God, you got me saying select. Like and subscribe and comment in the live chat or in the comments. Also, if you can do me a favor, share this and see if this can get out a little bit more, have more people come in, and I will appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, and I will put the donation Cash App, Venmo, and Super Chat in live so everybody can see it. And thank you for everything, everyone.
Presumed innocent until proven guilty. So
Correct.
They can charge him all they want, but the people who originally had the case wrote a whole synopsis as to why they did not make probable cause arrest at the beginning. Now, you can say that they were wrong, they were right. They're in court. They will have their day in court. They're presumed innocent.
But Brandon, do you know who doesn't have their day in court and will never have their day in court because of the McMichaels?
What do you say?
He never had his day in court.
It's a mutual thing here.
Never have his day in court.
Go on, African Queen. Go on, African Queen. Torch that motherfucker up.
It's a mutual thing here.
Let's back up.
They're alive and he's not.
Well, it's because of decisions that were made. They had a gun and he didn't. He fought the man for the gun and he lost. I mean, I ain't trying to say who right or wrong, but that's what I'm saying. That's what happened. If you break into a house or you in a house that you're not supposed to be in and you take off running, I mean, if you are just,
oh shit,
all of you guys have said, and I've seen some of y'all videos that, I just go to houses and look around on see the platform or whatever the case may be, and you don't have any intent to steal anything. When somebody see you, do you run? No, you don't. If somebody was to confront you, you say, look, I was just looking around, man, it's not a big deal. When you begin to sprint out of a house because somebody noticed you,
that's speculation, Brenda.
he ran out the house.
A few weeks ago,
he ran out of the house.
A few weeks
How
ago.
many?
Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
A few weeks ago, there was a white woman who was at a park and she was arrested because of the quarantine laws, right?
It's not the quarantine laws. It's the legitimate park laws that they have on the record. It had nothing to do with not a new law.
Right. All right. So she was arrested. Brandon's exact words were, "This was uncomfortable to watch. I'm conflicted." Now, Brandon is conflicted when the little old white woman is having a problem with the cop. When a black man gets murdered in the street, it's not uncomfortable to watch. It's not conflicted.
Yo, we gotta start watching more Hopkins, Jesus's debates. This shit is crazy. Yo, this shit he let this nigga talk for like 10, 15 minutes. And niggas didn't know, like 5, 10 minutes. This nigga didn't say one fucking word. This nigga let him talk himself into a fucking hole. Then after that, he lit this nigga up. Yo, this shit been going left ever since HJ just started talking. You know, this nigga went buku crazy right now.
You know why? Because it's grifting season, and Brandon is a great grifter.
Oh, shit. Hold up.
Okay, right. All right, so she was arrested. Brandon's exact words were, "This was uncomfortable to watch. I'm conflicted." Now, Brandon is conflicted when the little old white woman is having a problem with the cops. When a black man gets murdered in the street, it's not uncomfortable to watch. It's not conflicted. You know why? Because it's grifting season. And
Let me call you on this because you're trying to call it. When the young man got murdered by the police officer, I made the video condemning that law.
Ain't talking about that.
No. I don't want to hear that, bro. You got to be even.
When the white woman was in front of the cops, you said you was uncomfortable to watch. You never said Ahmaud Arbery's video was uncomfortable to watch. You never said you was conflicted. You never said you was conflicted either.
You're lying.
Your stance.
In the video that has 1.6 million views, I said the horrible video that we all have seen. I said it in the video. So I believe that the video
You
was
weren't conflicted,
bad.
though. You wasn't conflicted. You made up your mind. You chose to defend the Mike Michaels.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to history, right? When we think about law enforcement in the South, where Brandon is from, we know he's a good old Southern boy. When when we look at the history of law enforcement,
Yo, watch my man's eyes.
from?
Yo, watch my
That comes
man's
from-
eyes. Yo, this is yo. I'm gonna tell y'all something. All right. I did not. Yo, I heard about this video, but I did not know it was gonna go left like this. Like Brandon don't know what to say because the nigga feel like he's being attacked. I'm gonna say that he is being attacked, but he deserves it. You know he's got to throw out a subliminal at you, Kwame. So yo, your Grim Reaper's here, man. That man of death is here, Kwame. Don't run, man.
Brandon is from. We know he's a good old Southern boy.
What's his eyes? What's his?
When
Oh!
we look at the history of law enforcement, what does that come from? That comes from slave catchers. That's where the history of law enforcement in the South comes from, is slave catchers. To snatch a nigga, right? And that's what we saw with the McMichaels, riding around in their truck. The dad is in the back of the pickup truck like this, the Dukes of Hazzard, looking to hunt down. Even the McMichaels' own case said, we saw him and we went to go grab our ammo. Now, we all know, according to the majority of civil arrests, basically what happens is it's not supposed to be violent. You're not supposed to kill somebody, right?
Same measure of force.
Right, same
measure
measure of force, right. But let's back up a little bit. So what happened was, what they do, they started this law called the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. So when I think about Brandon, I'm like, oh,
Facts,
it makes sense
Rando.
why he took this stand, because he's a cop. Are you still a cop? Because you call yourself the Officer Tatum. I just want to know, for my own personal safety, are you the ops? Are you the cop?
First of all, I think that's a very disrespectful term to use against a police officer. I'm not a police officer. I'm a former police officer. I honorably served my community, black people in particular. I put my life on the line. I was willing to die every day. I've saved black people with my own hands.
Why do you still call yourself officer if you're not an officer?
Because when I was an officer, I made my social media as an officer. So I never changed it because it goes all the way across my social media. So do I need to take it down? Should I say retired?
No, I just want to compile the evidence to show why you're so.
Man, when I first came out, let me hold on. Let me say this real quick, and I want other people to talk because I'm the only one.
Yeah.
First of all, man, when it first happened, I didn't say nothing. I said everybody needs to not pick a side right now. Make sure you do your research because stuff can come out and it can all change. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not. That video has 500,000 views. Everybody and their mama can see that I said that. I said, don't pick a side. You can believe both at their face value. They said he was jogging. He's jogging. They said he was doing this. He's doing that. That's exactly what I said. Most of everybody in this video, except Bryson. Now I don't know what you believe down at the bottom, but Bryson and I know for a fact, never said that the man was gunned down like an animal. He was just jogging. This is white supremacy. They lynched him. They profiled him. We never said any of that stuff. Now that more information came.
Hold on just a second, because I want to get Bryson in, but
Go ahead.
Before I get Bryson in, Brandon, would it be safe to say that you have chosen a side right now?
No.
So what was your defense for Ahmaud Arbery then? Because you put out a defense for the McMichaels.
Okay, let me just
and most of your answers were based on speculation. Because there, as you constantly said when I pressed you on it, I don't have all the facts on them. So my question is,
am I talking to real people or y'all just I just spent the last I don't know how many minutes telling you what the law says. I don't care about neither one of these people at the end of the day. I'm just telling you what stand your ground law said, self-defense, citizen's arrest, and
Brandon, and I'm telling you as a criminal justice major, graduate, and a private investigator that worked in juvenile court, that helped with defenses, that would not hold up in court. So I'm gonna get Bryson Gray.
I arrested people. Hold on. Before Bryson get on here, I didn't just go to school for this. I did this for a living. I arrested people for self-defense charge. I live in a state that's open carry, and we have stand your ground laws. I worked here. So I did this for a living. I have arrested people in a similar situation to this, and I've also let them walk away free after killing somebody because they were justified according to the law. I've been to criminal.
I want to get Bryson in, but as I correctly noted to you, Brandon, the two law enforcement on the scene said that they wanted to arrest them.
Salute to E-Will. Thanks for the cash app.
So did the other 6 investigative agencies that came to the same conclusion within 48 hours. Bryson, go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I missed a few things that was said. Obviously, I came in a little bit late because I'm time up, which is cool. I'm with it. But I just like to focus on the facts of the case. And I hate to be a douchebag, but I've seen a lot of people, and a few of them are not here right now because they backed out of the debate. They said things that were just blatantly wrong, and then they doubled down and never took it back, never apologized. Like he was a jogger. Nope. So that was wrong. So I don't know if anybody has admitted the Bible's incorrect yet, or that he's done nothing wrong. Nope, incorrect. I don't know if anybody has admitted to that yet. My thing is, in the beginning, me and Brandon, matter of fact, I asked questions on both sides. I said, why did they do this? Why did this person do this? Why did this happen? And you know what I got in return? Quote unquote cancel. You don't know I can't cancel me, but I got canceled. All these quote unquote black conservatives with the outrage mob saying, "Oh, black people are getting this open season on black people. You can't even jog in your street." And then when they found out
Bryson, what black conservative? Because I saw a tweet that you said I'm off for the rest of the day. I'm so disappointed in the conservative movement today.
Yes,
I can see why we can't make progress. It's because we fold under pressure instead of standing firm. We get emotional, bow down to the mind. A lot of y'all are soft. So again, the Department of Justice, Republican. The President of the United States, Republican.
The president didn't pick a side.
What did the president say? What did he say?
Who runs the executive branch?
What did he say? No, you brought him up. What did he say? Say what the president said real quick. Give me a quote.
Who runs the executive branch?
Hey, moderator, give me a quote. Are you a moderator or a
Hotep? The president said what happened was very troubling. I'm not a Hotep.
Troubling.
I didn't know.
The fact
I couldn't tell.
Well, let me help you explain it to you. Is the Republican Attorney General a Hotep? Because he's white.
What did Trump say? You brought up Trump. What did he say?
I brought up 6 people.
Oh yeah, but since you brought up Trump, the last one you brought up, I want to stop you. What did he say?
You may want to.
What did he say regarding the case?
Look, let me explain something.
What did he say regarding the case?
Let me explain something to you, Bryson. This ain't Twitter. This is not Twitter.
And
this is not Twitter. So what I'm asking you is that why did all these lists of Republicans come to this conclusion and you focusing on Donald Trump? He's not
you brought him up.
Why are all these? I did, and the president supports his DOJ.
Ooh.
So you tell me. There's a civil rights investigation, an investigation by the Bureau of Investigation for Georgia, the DA
but what did he say,
in Georgia, the governor's office. He said he found it troubling, but he wants to see the investigation, as the president should say.
That's what we saying.
Thank you so much for that.
Hey, I got a question for Brandon, if you got a second.
I would love to hear from you, Uncle Hotep. All that trash you was talking on your last video that I saw, but I'd love to hear from you, man.
Thanks.
You don't cuss me out and call me a Uncle Tom nigga this time, but okay.
Well, you are Uncle Tom nigga. Like, let me ask you a question. Cause you hang out with a few black people, you think niggas gonna forget that you a fucking slave catcher? Y'all gotta understand, like, yo, when you do something, you do it. You can't be like, oh, well, you know, and I'm just speaking. It's like if you're in the streets and you snitch, nigga. Not because you think niggas is gonna be like, well, you know what? Little Peter is just a good guy, so you know what? He could still come and hang out with us. Nigga, you are what you are, man. We gotta stop doing, one thing we gotta stop doing is stop trying to give people passes. Brandon, we already know he's a coon. Bryce, you know he's on the border of being a coon. Cause this nigga came in here looking like a fucking Mortal Kombat character with the nigga look crazy. I gotta be personally honest. Kwame, that nigga is attacking you. Go on, Randall. Get him, Randall. That nigga, him, I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all think Tariq Nasheed is Kwame's weakness, no. I personally think Tariq Nasheed feeds revenue or Kwame's ignorance. You know, he feeds his ignorance. You know, it's a valuable lesson that we are learning, but I think we do feed Kwame's ignorance because we know he's wrong most of the time. I mean, we know it's that bad faith as was it who's? Give me a second. I'll tell you who said it. Was it E. Will? I think E. Will said it. E. Will or Spence. We were talking earlier. We was like, "Yo, Kwame, you do shit out of bad faith." No, FBA Convo or E. Will, one of them. And don't get me wrong. I do think foreign people are great people. It's just not towards black people. Not towards black people. And I think this world will be a little bit different where white people will actually like control the world if there was no such thing as black Americans. I'm going to be personally honest. How much is that? Look, Bron's cheering on the way. Oh yeah, I cheer. Oh yeah, I cheer on an ally, man. He's an ally. He don't disrespect black Americans. You know? You, Kwame, you just don't like black Americans. You're a white supremacist. Yeah, Kwame, you're a white supremacist. You follow the system of the white supremacy. Everything what they say bad about black people, you regurgitate it. So, yeah, that's what you do, man, you know? Like, I'm not knocking you for it, nigga. That's what you do. I'm not gonna be, oh yeah, this nigga's a piece of shit. Well, yeah, we know you're a piece of shit, but like my nigga, that's you. You don't like black people. And let me tell you something, Kwame. Life will get a little bit more easier when you just say, yo, I just don't like foundational black Americans. I think they're a piece of shit. You know, because they're stopping everything. They're disrupting everything that is good that's happening to immigrants. Even though black Americans got it for us, they're a piece of shit from taking it away. That's all you gotta say. You know?
I try not to.
But
use
yeah,
that
I'm cheering him
language,
on.
You said you're a ex-police officer.
Yes,
So
sir.
as an ex-police officer, what you would let
Go on,
one of
shout
the
out to
McMichaels
Randall
to do?
Quad.
Is that their name, McMichaels? What would you rather have done? Would you rather ex-police officer?
Yes,
So
sir.
as an ex-police officer, what would you let one of the McMichaels to do? Is that their name, McMichaels? What would you rather have done? Would you rather them to call 911?
They did.
Or would you rather them get in their truck, get some weapons, and go chase somebody? What would you rather, as you were ex-police officer, as you said, what would you rather have them done?
Well, I'd rather for them to follow the law. So if they are following the law, then do that. I have an expectation for people to have their constitutional rights to carry a gun. So if you're going to conduct what you believe is a citizen's arrest, then why is your Second Amendment somehow abolished because you're en route to conduct a citizen's arrest?
All right, can I talk as the Second Amendment person?
Go for it, Antonio.
Second Amendment, hold on. We're both Second Amendment people. What do you mean you the Second Amendment person?
Okay, I'm a little bit more into this. I'm the director of outreach for Gun Owners America.
I was a cop for a living. I was on the SWAT team. I know about.
Okay, when it comes to law, particularly self-defense law, and I teach many people all the time when it comes to self-defense.
So do I.
As a firearms instructor,
I'm a firearms instructor.
Okay, I'm just trying to put my credibility here. Okay, I'm not trying to push against you or anything. I'm just saying that I've heard a lot.
He's getting defensive.
And you've said a lot of things that are not correct. First of all, I do not want you to bring up the fact that we have a constitutional right. We do have actually, we don't have a constitutional right. I'm sorry. We have a human right. The Constitution is there. The Second Amendment is there to protect that right, that God-given right. Everyone has that, including the McMichaels. The problem in this situation was that you do not have the right to then go and impede and restrict somebody else's right to life,
Ooh.
which is what they did.
No,
When
they
they
didn't.
went into when they brought their firearms out, they knew that they were in a situation with great power comes great responsibility. They were in a situation where, first of all, they didn't have.
So I'm gonna say this, Kwame. Remember the conversation we had on live when I said, when you have money, you have responsibilities to do certain things. If you don't do certain things happen. We were talking about the Nigerian business guy who's the most richest black man in America right now. I mean, black man ever right now. Not ever, but in this era right now, he's the richest. I said his country should not look like a piece of shit and people should not be shitting in the streets. Why the fuck he's not paying or getting any type of money to help this country progress? He will get money when he does do it because it comes back 10 times more. But at the end of the day, this is what comes with responsibility when you have money. This is why when niggas go broke, niggas don't give a fuck because they wasn't going to do anything anyway with the money. This is why people get robbed. This is why there's an outrage. This is why people want taxes to go up. This is why there's tax breaks. So now the question is, this guy said like, yo, when you have a firearm, Miss Okafor, I think she's like actually Nigerian. Thinks internet is Nigerian or Cameroonian. She was saying that, yo, we already know the Second Amendment or the Constitution right is you have the rights to bear arms. But as a human right, you have the right to defend yourself. But you do not have the right to chase motherfuckers like dogs and kill them dead in the street. They chased this motherfucker. This is why I was saying what I was saying about Nigeria. Nigeria should not look like that. Nigeria should be a little bit 300 times better than it was 5 years ago. Niggas should not have to leave that country to get popping. Burna Boy should have been getting popping in his own country, let alone in his own fucking continent. He shouldn't have to go to Europe or America. That's the problem. People have to leave their country to get popping. If you got people like Busta Rhymes and that nigga in Canada who's a billionaire, why the fuck his country look like that? Why the fuck he didn't go back to his country and say, thank you for everything that you taught me? All the culture, the lineage, everything. This is why when black people get money, they do that shit. We do that shit. No, Burna Boy did not do that in his own country. Burna Boy got popping in America. He got popping in Europe. In America, and let me tell you something. One thing I can say that he lives in his country. But his country should not look like that. His country should be doing at least 300 times better than it was 5 years ago. And when I said 300 times better, I think 1,000 times better is better than 300. But at least 300 is a start. There should be buildings. There should be wells. There should be porta potties. There should be businesses for people in those communities. All Nigerians care about is scamming, lying, and fat white women. Shout out to Spencer. But we really gotta think about this. This is why when black people get money, they go back to their community, they start things. Like real black people. Let me ask y'all a question. Why you think Atlanta's booming right now? Atlanta's booming right now because black people go back to their community and help their community. Yeah, the black community right now is going through a lot of shit because of the HIV and the other shit. Was it and bussy activity that's be popping off down there and stuff like that. But they're helping their people. They're getting them people out those trenches. They're passing on, they're getting their people in businesses, in communities, in workshops and stuff, just to be better, to be 10 times better than they was 10 times better than they was 10, 15 years ago. This is why Atlanta is popping. It's not, I'm telling you, it's not because of, everybody's making money, everybody's rapping. No, not everybody's rapping. Everybody's helping people start a business. Get popping. I'm just being personally honest. Everything's cheap down there. Okay, if everything's cheap down there, let me help you learn how to make money. Let me teach you how to make money. They're not just giving them money, they're teaching these people how to make money. Why you think Atlanta is so well connected? Even though niggas be having problems because it's sometimes gang related, you gotta look at it. Them motherfuckers who are gang related is still helping these other people make money.
To be in that situation. When it comes to self-defense.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
First thing we ask.
One more thing I'm gonna say. Why you think, and I'm gonna be personally honest, Kwame, why you think New York lost their momentum? New York lost their momentum because every time everybody's beefing with everybody. That's the tribalistic shit that we've been telling y'all about for the illest minute. The reason why New York lost their momentum in a lot of stuff, and now they have to appropriate other genres and other things, it's because they don't know how to get along. You always got to pick a fucking side. And even if y'all let me tell you something. Even if you have problem with somebody, y'all learn how to be cordial to get some money. This is how it was back early. Was it the early 2000s? I mean, the early 2000s, late 90s. Early late 90s. Niggas was making money. Everybody wanted to go to New York because everybody said, if I go to New York, I'm making money. I'm getting busy in New York. New York was the place to be at those times. Now it changes. Now people say, when you think of New York, you think of those big ass rats and immigrants. I'm being personally honest. And this is what people think about. I know New York is still lit, but niggas ain't going down to New York for that. I'm just being personally honest. Now niggas want to go to New Jersey. Niggas is moving out of New York and moving to New Jersey. Everybody's moving to Atlanta, Miami, and this is where we was telling y'all about the solidarity. We've been trying to do the solidarity stuff. We've been trying to get busy. It's just y'all wasn't trying to stay on board with Black Americans. Pan-Africans wasn't trying to stay on board with Black Americans. Let me tell you something. If some new shit comes out, I'm trying to figure out what it is first. What's different between my ideology and their ideology? How can we work together? Y'all wasn't trying to hear that shit. And this is the disconnect with Brandon Tatum.
As firearms instructors tell people is that if you have a way to get out of that situation,
you walk away.
Do it. If you're on a school shooting, a mass shooting, if you're even if you and your child are inside a grocery store or a convenience store and you have a way to get out and get your child out,
get the fuck
you
out
get
of
out,
there.
even if you have a firearm on you. The last thing that you do in self-defense is use a firearm because you know you are accountable for every single round that comes out of that firearm. And you know that life is way more precious than any type of property. So even having that as a scenario in that moment, they shouldn't have been trying to go to the quote unquote danger. They shouldn't have even thought that if they're going to have a firearm and brandish that firearm, that the other person wasn't going to react, especially since that person was unarmed. Then Arbery in the self-defense case, if he were still alive, would be able to say that it was self-defense, that he was able to take the firearm away from them, or try to in that instance, because he was fighting for his life. So the only person who has self-defense grounds in this is Arbery, and Arbery will never have his day in court. So that is the problem here. And I want you to please don't put the Second Amendment in this. Yes, they have a right to that, but they don't have a right to cancel someone else's life in order to do so.
Let me explain. Let me explain real quick, because I think it's invaluable to understand. All right, you do have a right, according to the law, to open carry.
Yeah.
That is the constitutional right. You can.
I'm not saying they don't.
No. Let me finish. If you get in a vehicle to go anywhere, whether it's citizen's arrest, whether it's going to the grocery store, your amendment rights does not end there. You have a right to carry it. Now, if you are going to conduct a legitimate, just say that they believe it's legitimate. In the courts, they will determine what it is. They believe it's a legitimate citizen's arrest. If you are going to be in a citizen's arrest, do you leave your gun at home or do you bring your gun for self-defense in case he has a gun? Now, I don't understand how us Second Amendment folks can see that that's not an issue. If you are carrying a gun, listen, hold on, let me finish.
He can have it for self-defense, but when he goes out of his truck and then goes and pursues that person, he didn't
pursue. How you pursuing somebody who's standing still?
He didn't come out of his.
I am a Second Amendment carrier myself, and I know this shit is wrong. What Brandon's saying. This is why we don't need these type of people as police officers. I have to say that. That's the first thing I have to say. Second, I feel like this. If you leave your house, if you flex and go to your house and get your gun, you should just keep your fucking ass there. Say, yo, hope this nigga don't come into this house. Everything would have been fine. Everything would have been fine, but they went to hunt this nigga down. They hunted him. They wanted to catch a body that day. I'm being personally honest. They wanted to catch a body. We can't act like, oh, yo, they wasn't trying to catch nobody. They were trying to do this. They were trying to do that. No, they were doing what they were supposed to do. This is what, I'm telling you, this is what the white supremacists do.
Truck? Did Arbery go into their truck?
He came on the driver's side of the truck.
The father was in the back of the pickup truck with his gun aimed at Arbery.
Woo!
No, he didn't, because when the shooting went off, Greg couldn't even get his gun together. So he couldn't even shoot. He fumbling with the gun. He didn't have his gun loaded already.
What are you talking about? He was sitting in the back of the pickup truck.
When the shooting started going off.
If you're gonna go after somebody, how you ain't got time to get in the cabin of the truck? He in the back, running around like Dukes of Hazzard to chase niggas. But let's be honest.
First of all,
let's call a spade a spade.
Show the video of him pointing it at him.
Let's call a spade, right?
Didn't point the gun at him.
What we have is a case of grifter season, right? Like Brandon's career is on the line. Like,
Yo, look at my man Bryson. He's like, yo, no, this nigga's not about to go left, nigga. He's like, yo, this is about to be entertainment. Look at this nigga's face. Oh my God, yo, Bryson, yo, you're fucked up for that. How you gonna leave your Coon brother like that? Hold up.
Let's call a spade, right?
Didn't point the gun at him.
What we have is a case of grifter season, right? Like Brandon's
look at him.
career is on the line. Like, outside of
outside of don't make me disrespect you on your own live stream.
You can't cut
me off. Careers on the line because of
Brandon. Just respond to him after he finishes stop.
Well, bro, you can't somebody. You think I'm going just bro? I'm not disrespecting.
Go ahead and respond back to him. Everybody got their own personal opinions how they feel about
drifting.
So everybody can.
So you can get aggressive, like you threatened women's life last Friday.
What woman I threatened?
I believe.
Which woman I threatened?
Yeah.
We can niggas say it. Which woman I threatened?
We can pull up those clips so you said.
Which woman I threatened? Now you brought it up.
So let's.
What woman did I threat, bro?
Let's unpack.
Let's stay on topic with Arbery. Let's stay on.
What woman did I threat?
Here's the thing.
Let's stay on topic with Arbery.
Here's the thing we got to understand.
Wait, I think to be
this
fair,
gentleman that we have on the line is up here because Now I'm speaking for a lot of people here, so I don't want you to take offense when I call you grifting, because this is a joke. We've always said that it's grifting season. There's a lot of grifters in here, and there's a lot of grifters here, right? Now, here's the thing. We know that your career is very much based on approval of white conservatives.
How? How?
So,
How?
so let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Did you or did you not
Yeah,
work
look at my man's face.
based on approval of white conservatives?
How? How?
So,
How?
so let's talk about this. Did you or did you not work for Teep USA?
Yes, I did.
Okay, was that for Black Outreach?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you worked for Teep USA and Black Outreach, but yet you went to your Twitter and you said, "I am not pro-black." So if you don't care about black people,
No.
why would you? So okay, so then what is the purpose of working with TPUSA to
Okay,
bring black votes if you're not pro-black, if you don't care about black people?
Let me explain this. I didn't say I didn't care about black people. You gotta be out of your mind and think I don't care about black people. I said I'm not singularly pro-black. I said I'm pro everybody.
You
I
said
love
I'm not
white people.
pro-black.
No, bro. I love white people just as much as I love black people. Now, as the director of urban engagement for Turning Point USA, we led the biggest black conservative movement that you were invited to.
Yep.
We learned, and brother, I invited you to Phoenix.
And I
No,
saw
you
inside, and I
No,
saw
you
inside your organization.
I flew you to
and I
Phoenix.
saw. You want
I
to talk
flew
about
you
the
to
meeting in
Phoenix.
Phoenix? Let's talk about the meeting in Phoenix. Let's talk about the meeting in
I
Phoenix.
flew you to
That was
Phoenix.
basically, this is basically a strategy meeting to get black people to vote for the Republican Party. Right?
No, it wasn't. It
That's
was
not
for
what it's about?
it was for us to come together.
Right?
It was for us to come together and unite as
yeah,
individuals
yeah.
with a common goal and a common.
Right. Right.
We were all the same.
And we wanted to bring
all agree.
we wanted to bring black people to the White House to meet President Trump, do the photo op thing, and all of that. But you were the Black Outreach for TPUSA, which is a political organization, right?
No, it's not.
So
What is
hold on. Let me jump in.
What is it? What is it? It's not a political organization?
It's an educational
It's a
organization.
C3. It's a C3.
Okay.
So hold on. Let me hop in real quick because I think this is going off topic. But I do want to dive in to Black Outreach and what is concerned because I do think there's some discussion that can be on that. So Brandon, today on Jesse Lee Peterson today, you had a quote that I wanted to press you on. You said that I'm ashamed and embarrassed about how most black people operate. That was a direct quote from you today on Jesse Lee Peterson. How
Yep.
does that help our message of outreach?
Well, first of all, I'm not here to kiss nobody rear end. I'm here to
Not
tell
anybody really in, but how does that help outreach?
I'm here to tell the truth. And a lot of people agree with me. So if you don't agree with me, you don't have to listen to me. It's not my job. Now you saying how does it help with black outreach? It
Isn't
helps
that your
because
mission?
no, because people understand that I'm sitting here telling the truth. I'm being honest about what's going on.
So
I do think that black people.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Quick follow up. So the same people that you're trying to reach in our community, you said that the majority of them, you think you're embarrassed and ashamed about how they operate, but you want them to come see what liberty is
Fox
about.
News.
Explain to how does that work?
Mr. Fox News, you sounding like CNN a little bit right now. You got to put it in the
I'm not
context.
sounding like.
No,
I'm not,
we're
hold on,
talking
Brandon.
about.
Hold on, Brandon.
I'm
Brandon.
being honest.
Let me tell you something. Because I've been doing this for too long. You won't challenge my credibility on what I do in the community.
I'm not. Your statement.
Hold on. Or my credentials as a reporter.
Your statement.
Hold on. This is a direct quote.
I'm sorry to say, this nigga's getting his food eaten, nigga. This shit is crazy. He's looking crazy out here. Yo, this shit, I swear to God, if God could strike me dead right now, my nigga. I did not know this shit was gonna get left like this. I didn't know it was gonna hit left like this. This shit just went straight left. Straight left. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I thought Brandon just attacked this nigga for no reason. I really thought he just attacked him. But he didn't. He didn't really attack him. All he did was, no, how can Jesus started the shit? I gotta be personally honest. And I think this was great. I think this is what he came. Hotep, Jesus came to do God's work today. I think he went and did God's work, and he clowned the shit out of him. I did not know this shit was gonna go left like this.
From you, how you feel about black people.
Out of context.
You said you're trying to read. It's not out of context. It's direct.
It
quote.
is. We were talking about this case. We were talking about Ahmaud Arbery.
So why would you say all black people
I didn't say
how
all.
they operate?
I didn't say all. You know I didn't say all because you read it that I said most. How they have operated, how they've operated with Ahmaud Arbery's case. That's what Jesse Lee Peterson was talking about. I am shamed because 99% of black people was out here saying that boy was.
Yeah, but Kwame, again, he believes the ideology of foundational black Americans. He believes that black Americans were native to this land. They were already been here for thousands of years. He believes that. He said that on the Joe Rogan show. This is what he said. Everything that Tariq Nasheed says, Hotep believes at least 80% of that shit. He probably might not shit on y'all niggas because what y'all niggas say, but this is what Hotep believes. He believes that black Americans were native to this land. He believes that black people were the foundation of North America or of America. You know, he said this is why you find our artifacts from thousands of years ago, thousands of years, African artifacts, thousands of years. Know what that means, Kwame? It means it had an ethnogenesis. Those artifacts that they have found, they are older than those countries in America. I mean, in Africa. I'm letting you know, Kwame, what he's saying. This is what it means. This is what your brother is saying. He's a Pan-African. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to believe it, but this is what he's saying. Go watch the Joe Rogan episode, man. He's saying that these people been here. There's an easier way of getting to America. There's an easier way of getting to America than the way that the Europeans took it. I'm telling you, Kwame. I sound crazy, but he said it.
Just jogging and them racist white people just gunned them down. At least be honest and say we have a conflict. No.
You know what the problem is with that it's not just black people that are advocating for justice for Arbery. There are a lot of white people within the. Actually, this is the first case that I've seen where there has been almost 90% of conservatives that agree, from the president all the way down, that something is shaky about this.
We are not. Me and Jesse Lee Peterson wasn't talking about everybody else. We were speaking about Ahmaud Arbery and the outrage in the black community.
Carefully then.
Dude, if you watch the thing, he asked
the entire interview.
He asked me the question. We're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there. People can go watch it themselves and get their understanding. I'm speaking about how people were reacting to Ahmaud Arbery's case. Majority of the black people that I've seen.
We talking about people. We talking about the people that's in this debate right now. The people in this debate right now have already.
I don't know what Uncle Hotep said.
I'm telling you right now what we said. We done went through the whole war with Black Lives Matter and Sean King and how they use black bodies to push their political agenda. We know that. You can try and deflect all you want with other people's arguments, but let's stay here with the arguments that are happening here. You, Brandon,
real quick,
your career is based upon the dollars from white conservatives. And
okay,
if the white conservative wasn't there, you wouldn't exist, right? If it wasn't for Turning Point, you wouldn't exist. If it wasn't
you a lie.
You would be irrelevant. You would be irrelevant.
Please don't tell Jesus is
Please don't cut me off while I'm talking. Please don't cut me off while I'm talking.
One person at a time.
Yeah, Hotep is disrespected though. I'm not ever gonna. I can't lie about that. The nigga's really disrespected. This nigga Hotep is doing Tariq Nasheed shit. He's doing Tariq Nasheed shit. This is why I say, yo, we need to do more reaction videos with this nigga. I gotta be personally honest, yo. I love this shit. I love this bullshit. Brandon don't even know what to do. He's like, yo, what the fuck? He's trying to like, yo. He don't know what to do. You can tell, like, yo, this nigga's getting tense. He's about to crash out.
Hold
One
me
person
while
at
I'm
a time.
talking.
One person
Please
at a
don't cut me
time.
off while I'm talking.
Brandon, you know
So,
next.
so here we have a very sensitive case with Ahmaud Arbery, and we know how black people as a whole feel already about Trump. Now, instead of you said nobody knows nothing about the details. So there was an option for you to stay completely mute on this, but you got all these videos and a whole lot of comments and a whole lot to say about this case. But every time you talk, you don't never defend the dead black man. You're defending the McMichaels who actually murdered this man. Why? Number one, because you're a cop. Number two, because your brand depends on it. You are the epitome of the grifter. You know, and I don't knock it. Like everybody got to get a hustle out here. Not everybody is as talented as others. So sometimes, you got to grift off of other people to make some of this stuff happen for your life and to pay your bills. But here's the thing.
All right, Brandon.
You don't like black people. You're not pro-black. So my thing is, if you're not pro-black and you're not going to do anything for the black community, stop doing black outreach, because your black outreach is terrible. If you want to get people to vote for Trump, you're doing a horrible job. They should have hired the Hoteps, because no black people don't like you. Black people don't like you. Black people have completely ostracized.
Oh shit! Yo! Yo, this nigga Brandon, yo, he might really flag my page, yo. Hey, yo, whose page is this, man? Yo, Vonnie, yo, can I? Email me if you don't want me to use your content, and I'll take it down. All right.
On black outreach, because your black outreach is terrible. If you want to get people to vote for Trump, you're doing a horrible job. They should have hired the Hoteps, because black people don't like you. Black people don't like you. Black people have completely ostracized you from the community because of you and Candace Owens' rhetoric. So I'm wondering, if you're in charge of black outreach, you're failing. How do you think you're doing a good job?
Okay.
What I think is you should
let him respond. All right, Brandon.
Let me respond. First of all, Turning Point USA is not the source of my success. I was very popular as a police officer, and I don't need politics, bro. I was a police officer, and I had a good job. I left the police department and worked for Liftable Media. That has nothing to do with Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA wasn't paying me a lot of money, so I don't know what white people you think is somehow funded me. The first black leadership summit to ever go to the White House, I think it was the biggest conservative movement that have gone to the White House 2 years in a row. I applaud the white men and black men who supported that. It don't have to be a race thing. Let me tell you one thing, bro. I hate black people. My mama black, all of my family members black. My son is half black. I don't have nothing against black people. I love black people. I love all people the same. When I was a police officer, so let me set you straight, brother, because you're online talking. You're telling people what you're doing, what you want to do. I'm in the community. Brother, I put my life on the line for black people. How many black people have you resuscitated? How many black people have you did anything for outside of just talking? I was there. I've seen murder. I've arrested people for rape and crimes against black people. Now, I don't want to hear you running your mouth about the little social media stuff, brother. I did this. Even now, I do things with Turning Point USA when it's applicable. I do things with Candace Owens at the Blexit events. There's a ton of black people that enjoy Blexit. There's a ton of black people that we do outreach for. Blexit South Carolina and other Blexit groups do outreach in the community. I go to events and I speak where I am asked to be.
So Brandon, let me ask you a question, because you're talking
These
about
niggas
your
playing
heart
it right
for
now.
the community, but do you feel like some of your rhetoric may be problematic to the cause?
No.
I gave you a quote. I gave you a quote earlier. Let me give you another one from that same interview, and hopefully you'll see where I'm coming from. So Jesse Lee Peterson is interviewing you. He says verbatim, "It's not like decent blacks are being killed. You nod your head in agreement." And you said, "Well, a lot of us have been brainwashed."
Yeah.
Do you see how problematic that may be for Black America?
No, because all black people don't think the same. So there are black people that hear what I say and they say, "Okay, I get it." The black man that called in, did you remember him calling in? A young black man agreed with everything I said. And so there are black people who agree, and there's black people who don't agree. There's black people who agree with you, brother. When you on Fox, they want to call you a sellout because you on Fox. But then there's black people that listen to you and they say, "I like this guy." Some people like Hotep. Some people like Bryson, the way he presents himself. We don't have to be a monolith, man.
I'm not saying that, Brent.
Let me just say my part. Some of you guys have your own approach. You know, Okafor, you do gun stuff. There are black women that are inspired by you that may not want to hear from me. But I have a tremendous amount of people in my inbox every day saying, man, thank you for what you do, man. I used to be a Democrat. At events saying, I used to be a Democrat, man. You and Candace Owens are the reason why I'm not a Democrat no more. So there are people who
There's a lot of black people that kiss your ass trying to get that ticket to TV.
And there's people who see it from y'all's perspective.
There's a lot of black people that kiss your ass looking for a ticket to a TV.
I got a question for Hotep.
What question you got, man?
I got a question. Can I ask you a question?
What question you got?
Go ahead, Bryson.
Thank you. My question is simple. We can talk about grifting and stuff and talk about the black community. No disrespect. Every single person has a Hotep with the following. They only have followers because they were Trump supporters. Your following is white and half of them are fake. I don't understand where this grifter comes from. The only people that buy fake followers is if they trying to look cool. You're a grifter. You sell stuff in every video. You got somebody grifting. All Hoteps do is try to cater to the black community because to me, now this part is not a fact. It seems like y'all trying to press the black community because it doesn't seem like y'all were accepted by the culture when y'all was younger. And I can tell that because y'all got that beta energy. So when y'all get older, y'all find to reinvent yourselves and trying to cater to the black community because y'all was never accepted. That's what this really is. Y'all about grifting. Y'all the main grifters. All y'all. Everyone that follow him was a Trump supporter.
Hey, Bryson, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, Bryson? If Trump,
ask me anything.
What's your next mixtape gonna be about?
Oh shit!
About you.
Oh shit! Shit! Oh my god! Yeah, yo, Kwame, I gotta agree with you right there. He's kicking his fucking back in, man. This shit is crazy. I never seen, this is the first time I ever seen this video in, like, this debate in, nigga, this already, this might, this is one of my favorite debates, probably. I might have to watch Hotep more and do reaction videos with y'all with him and watching him. I did not know it was gonna go like this. This shit is crazy. Like I still don't know what am I watching right now. Like I don't even know what I'm watching right now. But this nigga Hotep, Jesus, shout out to him. This nigga's petty as fuck. This nigga be disrespecting niggas like Tariq Nasheed, Kwame. And I don't know how you don't like Tariq Nasheed, but you like Hotep. Hotep be disrespecting niggas. Like, listen to what this nigga just said to him. Watch.
What's your next mixtape gonna be about?
That's is if they trying to look cool. You're a great.
What?
From y'all's perspective.
There's a lot of black people that kiss your ass looking for a ticket to a TV.
No, he's getting that work, Kwame. He's definitely getting that work.
What question you got, man?
I got a question.
This shit is crazy.
Okay, thank you. My question is simple. We can talk about grifting and stuff and talk about the black community. No disrespect. Every single person has a Hotep with the following. They only have followers because they were Trump supporters. Your following is white and half of them are fake. I don't understand where this grifter comes from. The only people that buy fake followers is if they trying to look cool. You're a grifter. You sell stuff in every video. You got somebody grifting. All Hoteps do is try to cater to the black community because to me, now this part is not a fact. It seems like y'all trying to press the black community because it doesn't seem like y'all were accepted by the culture when y'all was younger. And I can tell that because y'all got that beta energy. So when y'all get older, y'all find to reinvent yourselves and trying to cater to the black community because y'all was never accepted. That's what this really is. Y'all about grifting. Y'all the main grifters. All y'all. Everyone that follow him was a Trump supporter.
Hey, Bryson, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question, Bryson? If Trump,
ask me anything.
What's your next mixtape gonna be about?
Because that's gonna be about you.
Because
getting mad at Hotep. Niggas is getting mad at Hotep right now.
I'm gonna try to you in my left hand. It's a fat boy. Don't ever disrespect me. And I'm really black. I'm the black.
Okay,
I'm the black y'all pretend to be.
No.
This is not helping.
Never disrespect me. Exactly.
Yo, that nigga's mad, bro. That nigga's mad.
The personal attacks is not helping black people either, right?
No.
This is
Facts.
not
Never
productive.
disrespect
This
me.
is not
Never
helping.
disrespect me. Exactly.
First of all,
Facts.
Y'all need to say that when he.
That's why look at she's laughing too. She's laughing.
The personal attack is not helping black people either, right? Wherever it's coming from, wherever everybody going at, everybody. Brandon, why you got your hands up?
Because I didn't say none of y'all were grifters.
I violated.
Yo, this nigga say, yo, why you got your hands up?
I violated.
I gotta change the topic.
Everybody that made a personal attack is wrong, and that does not contribute to the well-being of black people. At the end of the day, we're all grown men and women. If you have a question about someone's tactic, talk about that specific tactic and say what they said and allow them to respond. But mixtapes and grifters and you know, people sell outs and all that type of stuff, we don't do that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cuss because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Let me go ahead and say Lawrence is right. I violated. I shouldn't have did that.
Hey, I had a question.
But you called me.
I appreciate that.
Listen,
So the reason why I call Brandon the grifter is because
you
with
want to be me.
with my Starbucks video.
Okay, see,
now you want to be Maj. You want to be Maj, and you scared of that debate. So that's a whole nother story.
I'm on right now.
Where am I supposed to be here?
You want to be Maj. You want to be Maj. We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna let you and Maj talk about that.
Hey,
Because he added you. He added you. You have yet to respond. But I already said
This
the
is about Ahmaud Arbery. This is about Ahmaud
right.
Arbery.
The grifting,
dude I ever know.
Listen to what I'm saying. Let me talk.
We talked on the phone yesterday.
Let me talk.
We were talking on the phone.
Let me talk. Now I'm able to call you a grifter because I'm one of the best grifters. I did the Starbucks video and grifted off the left and the right at the same goddamn time. So when I see a grifter, I know a grifter. I know how to grift. It's real easy. I did it for a whole year as an experiment. That's how I got in TPUSA. Because before I was in TPUSA, I was dissing all of y'all. But that's a whole nother story. I got inside. I see what y'all was about. But the truth is, black conservatism ain't about black people. If it was, y'all would be having different rhetoric. You wouldn't choose sides. So let's get back to the Arbery case. Here's my problem. Here's my problem with the Arbery case. We know that there may be some question marks about Arbery being a criminal, whatever. But can we say the same thing about, can we get you to say that the McMichaels was wrong? Can we get you to say that?
In the court of law? Or what? Like, what do you ask me to say? They haven't gone to court yet, so what are they wrong? What are they wrong about?
Was Arbery wrong?
About what?
About, I guess you said he was trespassing and was a burglar. That's what you accused him of.
Well, he not supposed. That's not his house, and he in there, so that's wrong.
Okay, so we're able to say that
He
Arbery
deserved to
was
die
wrong.
then, Brandon.
Nobody said he deserved to die.
Can we
Who
say
said
that?
he deserved to die? I'll give you $1,000 right now if you see a video where I say he deserved to. Matter of
I
fact,
just asked you
I
a
want
question because you seem to be giving the McMichaels bail. But I have another thing for you and Bryson. Now, you guys said about, you saying, oh, you were embarrassed about black people, how they reacted to this case. And you were saying about, and Bryson said about all the jogging and stuff like that. We all know how the news can carry things away and exaggerate things. And maybe some people believe that. But just a simple trespassing doesn't deserve you to get shot with a shotgun. It just
boy,
doesn't.
I'm done, man. I don't know if I can keep
I'm
talking
sorry,
because
man. Like, that's
it ain't about trespassing.
But you understand, but that's how people see it.
But that's
I don't
wrong.
know if you understand that. But you're saying McMichaels, how did they know he burglarized something? He doesn't have anything on him. What did he steal?
Can they
How
apologize
did he
for
know
being
he
wrong
stole
first?
anything?
Can they apologize for being wrong, though? You already just admitted, basically, they was talking about the jogger thing, and people still haven't admitted that. So can y'all take personal responsibility, fix your lips, and admit y'all was wrong? Why is that so hard?
I never believed that.
But
Why
the people
are you trying to put words in my mouth?
I'm
I
not.
never
No,
once
Bryson,
talked about
you-
you.
Okay, I have a question for Brandon. I came on here for this question. Brandon, I've spoken to you before. I think you're a great guy, and this is why I'm concerned about what's going on now. I mean, I think you know that a lot of us, for example, in other cases that, of course, other Black people have definitely pushed back on when we talk about it. For example, when people were kneeling during the football games, I didn't think that was right, and I was very vocal about that I'm proud of my flag and proud of America. But there are certain cases that are so clear-cut, like, for example, Philando Castile, most people, well, even if they go back later and look at it, know that it was a very clear-cut case and it was wrong. And then looking here in this issue, I believe
don't
it's
agree. You
something
said you don't
again
agree?
that it's so clear-cut that
You
it's
said you don't
something that we can bring out and say as in unison, you know what? This is when it's wrong. Because what we get all the time is people saying that we never talk about racism when it actually exists. We
This is
talk
not
about
racism.
like, racism is everywhere. And I personally will say, and I will say that over and over again, I will call out people who make everything about race, because that's not true. But it's also not true when it is very obvious when something is maybe you know what? Not even on this case, if it's not even about race, right? If it were if Arbery were a white man and I saw that video, I would be just as horrified because that man did not deserve to die. Period.
Nobody said he did though. I don't know. I'll give you $1,000 if you see anybody that said
Right.
that
But you know what you usually do when you know that something is wrong? You stand up for the person who was the victim. And that's the problem that we're not seeing.
Laquan McDonald.
You.
Did you make a video about Laquan McDonald? Did you make a video about Laquan McDonald?
We're not seeing you in this case.
No. Did you make a video about Laquan McDonald?
Can I finish what I'm saying? I'm saying
you're just making up stuff.
No. How am I making up stuff?
I made a video about Laquan McDonald's death at the hands of a police officer that shot him 12 times. Clearly, it was wrong. I made a whole video about how that was wrong.
Okay, can we go back?
How am I not defending?
Can I finish my statement on the Arbery, Brandon? I'm just saying, in this case, it seems that what it looks like is that you're going out of your way for people who are trying to be compassionate to really, I mean, we're always the ones who are going, oh, let's wait for the facts to come out, okay? And that is why a lot of people feel like we're heartless. But in situations where it's so clear-cut, 3 months after the fact it happened, that you continue to say, let's look at the facts, and the facts are coming out hour after hour in the media, and it's been actually justified by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
Justified.
Why won't you talk about the facts in that sense just as much as you talk about the facts in the other sense? Look,
let's
I was the person who, for Shelley Luther, I was the person who was, I was definitely upset that there was injustice in that case. She's a white woman in Dallas. I believe that we should have the same type of focus. If we're going to look at that case and not see her skin color, we should look at this case and also have compassion and show the injustice when the injustice is right there in your face. Because this is what's going to hurt our outreach going forward.
No, what's going to hurt our outreach
when it's so clear and obvious. And show
what's going to hurt our outreach? What's going to hurt our outreach? What's going to hurt our outreach is when there is not all the information out there. People like me and Bryson, I don't know what other people said, but what me and Bryson was saying was just wait till the information come out there. What's going to hurt us is when y'all make a video and all of y'all in there, y'all didn't invite me, y'all didn't invite Bryson to talk about this stuff, and people were bringing my name up. And I never say none of y'all name in videos. I don't bring you up. I'm not, y'all brought my name up in the video the other day when y'all were on a panel. That makes us look like we're apart. I disagree with some of y'all.
I did not. I'm not saying like trying to. I'm the one who organized that, Brandon. I told them I don't want this to be about people.
But they called my name out. I didn't make a video about that.
You know what, Brandon? I'm very sorry about that. I am very sorry about that.
That's what brings black people apart, because we're conservatives and we at each other's throat. I didn't say nothing about nobody. I just gave my opinion. I think that it makes us look bad when we say, no, don't wait for the facts to come out. And then, listen. People were saying he was jogging. All I said was that let's wait, because this sound crazy. I want to see more information. Then I can say he was just jogging. But everybody jumped on the jogging, that they profile him. People were saying that they never called the police.
Why you and Bryson keep coming back to the jogging and deflecting?
Because
nobody here said that. Nobody here said that. Nobody here
I
said
saw
that.
the live stream, bro.
Nobody here. The people in this box, nobody here said that. You keep deflecting to Laquan McDonald, to this, to that.
What's the next? Hey, Hotep. What's next? What's the next question that you have, man? Because man, brother, you called me on the phone and we talked about this. You just told me that I'm afraid of Maj. I got the text message right here where we talking
Okay,
about.
okay, hold on. Let's get out of the personal thing.
Well, why you on here saying that when we just talked on the phone about debating Maj?
Y'all, you know what?
And my wife sitting there listening to you.
This is
Guess
about to
what?
go
Brandon,
left.
I got a
About
question
you
for
and
you,
Hotep.
Brandon.
Hold on, just a second. Hold on.
Y'all, man, dang, bro.
Hold
I
on.
thought
You, Hotep, Jesus, and Brandon, that personal stuff, y'all can talk about that offline. We off
Man.
of this. Because y'all can talk about that man to man.
I got
That ain't none of our business.
Let Uncle
That ain't
Tony
none of our
talk.
business.
Brandon, real
Last
quick
question,
question.
I got to bounce, man. I got a dinner, man. But bro, I'm disappointed in you, man.
Let
My
Uncle
wife
Tony
was listening
talk.
to you talk to me.
Brandon, one question. Now, if this goes to court, and these two, the father and son,
Yes.
they get found guilty.
Yes.
Now, let's say if you're found guilty,
Okay.
will you accept that the law worked as it did, or will you be like with Amber Geiger? He said, "Oh, she got rid of it."
Oh, no. Let's talk about this, and then I'm done. I gotta go. First and foremost, if you watch my video, stop running your mouth here and watch my video. If you watch the video, they got 1.7 million views. At the end, I said the justice system would run its course. I said if they're found guilty, then they're guilty. If they get found innocent, I believe that the justice system will do its job. If they get found guilty and they can appeal if they want to, it's our court of law. I have never once gave anybody a pass and say anybody's guilty or innocent. I just gave law and telling you what the court is going to look at. Also, Amber Geiger, I actually thought she should have had more time than what she got. I made a video and said she should have got 25 years. They gave her like 10. I made a video saying I was shocked that she only got 10 years. I'm not kissing nobody, but man, I'm telling the facts based on my training and experience. And I'm not gonna say nothing personal, man, but you for a fact.
Brandon, you said. Let me just say this one thing to Brandon. Because we got this person. You just said that I wanted to be you. My response to that was, no, you want to be Maj.
Why?
Maj added you on Twitter, said you want to be him. You still have not responded. I'm assuming you must be afraid because you have not responded.
Well, we talked on the phone yesterday. We talked on the phone yesterday.
Talk about right now, Brandon.
We talked on the phone yesterday.
Right now, you just said I wanted to be you. We didn't say that on the phone yesterday.
Brandon, what do you want out of this? I'm just asking one more question, please. Like, Brandon, what is your goal? From the videos and everything, what would you like to see going forward?
I just want people to know facts. Did you know and read all of the citizens arrest laws before you saw this? A lot of people didn't.
I did.
Did you know that they accused him? Did you know that the prosecutor who recused himself, he didn't have to, but he did because of the mother's wishes. He wrote in a report and spoke about all these things, and he gave the reason why they didn't get arrested at the time. A lot of people haven't read that, so they think that this is just a miscarriage of justice. He gave a synopsis of it. I just want people to have facts. People did not know that they called the police. A lot of people still think the McMichaels didn't call the police. They did. Multiple people called the police, neighbors and McMichael. A lot of people don't know stand your ground laws. A lot of people don't know that they can open carry legally.
But the problem is, Brandon, Brandon, I'm aware of those laws. I'm also aware of the Supreme Court laws that talks about reasonable force as well. They're standing for cases like this. They're standing. Patel versus the state. Like, so what I'm saying is, Brandon, hold on. And that's fair. That's fair. But what I'm saying is, don't come on here and try to seem like you only have the facts to this case, because I've done my research as well.
I never said.
So hold on, Brandon, and so did the other 6 investigative agencies as well. They're not liberals.
I'm saying what I know.
They're not liberals. They're not taking the bait from. They're not believing the jogging incident. They're not doing that. And so when you take those, I'm talking about the investigators. I'm not talking about the media. They have the tape. They did the complete investigation. The facts that you openly said you don't have, Brandon. You don't have.
But an investigator that recused himself that did not arrest him at the time, he also had the facts, and he gave a statement about why he didn't get arrested. He had the same facts that they have today. So
if the investigator that recused himself has the facts of this case, then he wasn't recused, because he shouldn't be able to see that evidence. So that's corrupt by itself.
It was brought to him to investigate. It was brought to him to investigate.
If he look, Brandon, we know how this goes.
He wrote a whole article about it.
If you're brought a case and there is a conflict, you don't get to look at the facts of the case and then determine to recuse yourself.
No, he already looked at the case, determined the facts, The mother came out and said, because there's a conflict, because his child worked at a firm that Gregory McMichael retired from. There is even no connection. But he said, because of the mom wanted to be fair and she felt that there was a conflict, I have recused myself. I have given direction moving forward why they were not prosecuted and why I think that they should not be arrested. That is sent to another agency. Listen, man, there's people that get accused. They win in court, they lose in court. Zimmerman was another case. Zimmerman was found not guilty. We can go through the list of people. O.J. Simpson, he was charged with murder. He is found not guilty. I mean, you're innocent until proven guilty. You may
100%. All of us agree. The problem is though, Brandon, we all believe that. All of us believe this.
Well, so what's the problem, man? We just have a difference of opinion. Why is my opinion based on my training experience somehow bad, but your opinion is fine? We both have opinions. At the court of law, they determine who's right or wrong.
Brendan, let me be very clear on here. I support your right to have your opinion, right? But I also am going to bring the counterpoints as well to the points that you're presenting. The problem I think a lot of people are having is that when these cases, you admitted it yourself, Brandon, right? Doing an interview today with Jesse Lee Peterson, both of you guys nodded in agreement where y'all said most of these black people are criminal.
No,
why are we always
they are. It doesn't matter if they're guilty or not. And all of these, name me one that didn't have a criminal record.
Hold on.
One that didn't have a criminal record. That's all we're talking about. Criminal record.
Brandon, and there goes the problem right there.
How is it true or not?
Hold on. Because just because you have a criminal record,
nobody said
does not. Then why mention it?
Because it is irrelevant. It is ironic. It is ironic. No, it's not. It's ironic that all of these cases that we see, people are involved in criminal activity. It's never, he said it's never a case where a person that just am doing nothing is just gunned down. All these people have an extensive criminal history.
Why is that important? Why is that important?
Do you not think that's strange?
So
no,
Shelley Luther,
just because you had a criminal past doesn't mean that you deserve to lose your life.
It's funny because
that is relevant in the case that's at play.
You know, here's the thing.
I gotta go.
They're quick to run and grab that talking point of Biden and Hillary Clinton. You know, created the they
I'm done, man.
crime bill. They created
you
the
the
crime bill.
fakest nigga I ever seen in my life.
Yo, he's
the crime bill.
What you said.
Oh shit. Yo, he look about the nigga fit. Watch.
You know, here's the thing.
I
gotta go.
They're quick to run and grab that talking point.
Oh,
Biden and Hillary Clinton, created the
I'm done,
crime bill. They created
you
the crime bill.
Fakest nigga I ever seen in my life.
They created the crime bill.
Yo, did he just call this to a nigga? Yo, did the hood just come out this nigga? Oh shit!
You the fakest nigga I ever seen in my life.
They created the crime bill.
Yo, black it out.
What you said?
They created.
I'm done, bro. You a fake nigga. I hope everybody see that. Fake, bro. I'm gonna expose you to everybody. You nigga, we gonna be. It's gonna be on. I want you to know that because you call me on the phone and you saying all this, and then you get on the live stream and you playing this shit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Is that black on black crime? Is that black on black crime?
Yo! He was like, yo, is that black on black crime? Yo, watch.
And you playing this shit. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Is that black on black crime? Is that black on black crime?
You's a bitch. I told you. Everybody on your live stream know you's a bitch. And when I see you, I'm whooping your ass. I like it. You want to be hood, nigga? You want to be hood? You want to talk shit to me and you call me and say you apologize? Yeah, nigga.
I never apologized.
You apologize?
I never
You didn't apologize. My wife listened to you, nigga.
I never apologized. What I said was, that's what I said.
Yo. If that was me, I would have been like, fuck your wife. Yo, that shit would have went crazy. Hotep, you should have said that. You should have said, fuck your wife, nigga. Yo, that nigga would have killed you, nigga. Then after that, I would have been like, what? Is that black on black crime? Yeah, I would have kept on saying, is that black on black crime?
I never apologized.
You apologize?
I never
You didn't
apologized.
apologize. My wife listened to you, nigga.
That's why I would have said, fuck your wife.
We don't need to bear
What I
beef.
said was,
Bitch, nigga.
that's what I said.
Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody being on. I'm sorry to the viewers that have to experience that. We'll take this on Twitter for comments and everything. Y'all have a good night.
Hey,
Yo,
thanks,
they all
everybody.
laugh.
There's,
Yo, shit. Oh, my motherfucking God. Yo, that shit went left. Yo. Yeah, Kwame, he went Suge Knight on niggas. I actually had to say that, man. And, like, oh, man. Nigga, that's crazy. I didn't know what happened. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yo, I don't know what it is with Hotep. Yo. He gets under niggas' skins. Like, if you're a conservative, he's gonna get under your skin. The nigga even said, yo, I'm a grifter. He said, I was grifting for a whole fucking year just for an experience. He said, yo, I know you're grifting. Yo. What the fuck we just seen? That shit was crazy. We're gonna end here today. We're gonna end it today, and I want to say this. I'm gonna land right here. I'm gonna say this because Wednesday when you see me, I'm gonna cut. Wednesday, probably Thursday when you see me, I'm gonna cut this off. So I'm gonna say this. Jesus Christ, that shit was crazy. I did not know Hotep was like this. This nigga was lit. Yo, he got under this black man's skin, this black coon ass nigga skin, and this nigga, yo, went crazy like he was drinking Kool-Aid for the first time, or smoked a blunt, or finally drank some Hennessy with some niggas. Yo, he said, I'ma beat your ass. Hotep did everything that he was supposed to do. He was supposed to get under this nigga's skin. He was supposed to be pro-black, you know? And this is, let me tell you something, and I'm going to say this to Kwame. Kwame, if you're a Pan-African and you're not like this nigga, you don't need to be a Pan-African. I don't think your skin is too tough for that, you know? Hotep, I think you need to, I'm going to say this, you might need to research on him a little bit more. His ideology is different. It's very different. The things that he believes in, the things that he says, is different from a Pan-African. Do I believe that he's a Pan-African? Yeah. If you say he believes he's a Pan-African, I guess I have to believe it. But I think you have to, like I said, you might have to do a little bit more research on him, because the shit that I seen on him, he was saying the same shit that Tariq Nasheed was saying. You know, and I'm going to start giving my shout-outs. Shout-outs to Kwame, Spencer49, E-Will, Salute, Rando, FBA Convo, and Ohio. And the people who I forgot, I apologize. But thank y'all for watching this show. Oh, nigga, I did not know this shit. And I might, the shit that I just seen, I might do another reaction video. So salute to everybody.